quarters I think I've ever been in.
Ready to break into a rewarding career? Elwood National Forge can help. Elwood National Forge produces critical defense rated parts to all branches of the United States military, meaning each day our employees are doing their part to support the men and women protecting our country. With multiple positions currently available and several career paths to choose from, Elwood National Forge offers on-site and on-the-job training, competitive pay and benefits, including 401k and insurance that start the date of hire, paid time off, and long-term job security. We'd love to support you in building a career. To learn more about becoming part of the Elwood National Forge family, visit enfjobs.com.
With locations in Shippenville and Tionesta, Tionesta Builder Supply is a full-service home improvement center specializing in everything you need to build or remodel your home. From power tools and accessories to paint and sundries and general hardware merchandise, Tionesta Builders has everything you need to get your project done quickly. Find out more at tionestabuilders.us and like them on Facebook.
Looking for a place to hone your skills in the off-season? How about just a friendly pickup game, or even a new league to join? Then head to the Hub at PF in Russell. An all-weather athletic facility, the Hub has everything you need to get your game on, from basketball and volleyball courts to indoor batting cages. And more than just an athletic facility, the Hub also plays host to special events like concerts and worship services. The Hub is a proud supporter of local athletes and wants to thank the community for all its support over the last 2 years.
Icy Ink Screen Printing and Embroidery, located at 2043 Pennsylvania Avenue East in Warren. We offer screen printing and embroidery on apparel, as well as graphic design, web design, photography, and custom frames, and specialize in youth fundraisers. We also offer photography services and custom frames. Check out our Icebox stores online at icyink.com or give us a call at 814-688-0034. Let's meet, drink coffee, and design some cool shirts. Be cool, wear Icy.
Hey, this is Joe.
And this is Sketty.
And we're the hosts of the Beehive Sports Podcast. Do you like uncut looks into all things sports?
If you said yes, then this is a sports show for you.
Live weekly shows broadcasted on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, covering everything from local sports in northwestern Pennsylvania all the way to the pros.
Not to mention the hottest takes you will ever hear. Follow us on all social media platforms and tune into episodes today.
Hi, Chris Rossetti here from D9and10sports.com. I wanted to take a second to tell you about one of the best restaurants in all of Western Pennsylvania, the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg, PA. With indoor and outdoor dining, you can enjoy prime rib all weekend long, or perhaps it is their full wings served on Thursday wing nights that you're after. From celebrating a special occasion to hanging out with family and friends, the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg is the place to be. As they like to say, you come for the food and you stay for the view. Reserve your table today at AlleghenyGrill.com.
You are looking live at War Memorial Field in Warren, Pennsylvania, where tonight District 10, I was District 9 earlier, District 10 Class 1A semifinal. The Eisenhower Knights and the Cambridge Springs Blue Devils football on the YDL Sports Network is powered by the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg. The Allegheny Grill in Foxburg was voted number 1 in Pennsylvania for waterfront restaurants. Stop on down and find out why. Make a reservation today at AlleghenyGrill.com. The Allegheny Grill in Foxburg, where you come for the food and stay for the view. You were inside the Rehab Center pregame show. TheRehabCenters.com. Visit them online and drive to the game. Brought to you by the Warren Tire Center. Make sure you get to the game in comfort at WarrenTire.com. Game stream, as always, brought to you by the Computer Guru and Leaper. Visit them online at thecomputerguru.net. This is the Park Avenue Motor Car Broadcast Booth. Have a fender bender? We can mender. Call 814-726-9728. Proudly serving Warren County for 30 years. Cody Elms alongside me. I am Andy Close. Again, it is Eisenhower. It is Cambridge Springs. It is the District 10 Class 1A semifinal. The winner will get Reynolds, a victor over Maplewood earlier today. And Cody, good to have you in.
Thank you, Andy. I'm pretty excited. It's been a couple of weeks since I've been up in the booth and since I've been able to watch an Eisenhower game. I didn't travel out to Girard in their last game. So and then they were a bye week last week. So I'm ready for some action tonight.
All right, and again, it's Eisenhower making the short trip here to War Memorial Field, Cambridge Springs. Eisenhower obviously was the number 1 seed, had the first round bye with an unbeaten 10-0 regular season. Only team in District 9 or District 10 to go through the regular season unscathed. Cambridge Springs coming in at 8-3. They did play a quarterfinal game. They are the 4 seed. They beat Mercer 21-14 last week in a game I actually covered. Cambridge Springs jumped out to led 14-0 at halftime, was 21-0 early in the third quarter, and Mercer came back and made a game of it, 21-14, but Cambridge Springs was able to stand tall. The freshman running back, Brett Kanya, had a big game in that one with 95 yards on the ground and a couple touchdowns. Van Jones also had a touchdown on the ground for Cambridge Springs. And Cody, I'll let you touch on this because I believe you called this game with our colleague Brian Hagberg. These two teams met back in early September, a 27-14 Eisenhower win.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's I look at Cambridge Springs' losses. Eisenhower 27-14. The other 2 losses they have, Reynolds and Lakeview, and they were really one lopsided. So as far as revenge games go, this set up perfect for Cambridge Springs. This was the one loss that, looking at the scores, looking at the stats, that they can avenge. And I think that they know they were less than satisfactory in the run game in the first time these two teams met. They can't be negative 28 yards tonight. They have to not just be positive. They have to put together a heck of a ground game and not rely on the arm of Appleby, although we saw him make some great throws in that first matchup. It's slick out there. It's a little wet out there. You're not going to want to be passing on every down.
I think, are we getting set for the anthem here? Or I'm not sure. Well, no, not yet.
Got real quiet.
Yeah, it did get real quiet up here in the booth. Got a full booth here tonight. Good to see for this District 10 Class 1A semifinal. Morgan Appleby, he's a capable passer, but again, you don't necessarily, and this is no indictment on him, but you don't necessarily want him throwing the ball 30 plus times tonight. To your point, Cambridge Springs, I think, has to establish the run game if they want a shot here this evening.
Well, and you want to keep Eisenhower's offense off the field, because I have calling these games with Brian week after week. We've watched Eisenhower put together 5-minute drives, 10-minute drives. I mean, they're just these long, beating down the defense drives that suck up a lot of time, and then it's tough for your defense to then come back on the field after 4 and out and have to do it all over again. So as far as trying to keep the defense fresh, Cambridge Springs is going to need to run the ball.
Yep, and before we get back into more of our preview, I want to thank one of our sponsors tonight, the Pepper Mill Restaurant in Warren. And you can see on your screen there, that is their steak sub, Cody. I stopped in and had one yesterday. My goodness, was it phenomenal.
Yeah, we have my nephew here. Maybe we could send him out to get us some food.
Oh, that might be a bad thing. Certainly want to thank the Pepper Mill, for their coverage here tonight. I stopped by and saw Mike Honorati down there the other day, and again, they hooked me up with the steak sub, and it was just absolutely delicious. The fries came with it. Really, Pepper Mill, one of Warren's real gems, and we want to thank them for helping to sponsor tonight's broadcast, a proud supporter of Eisenhower Knights football. I think before the anthem, we got about 10 minutes or so. We got keys to the game and players to watch. Let's get the players to watch. Players to watch brought to you by All-American Awards and Engraving. All-American Awards and Engraving can put almost anything on almost everything. Visit them online at allamericanhq.com. And Cody, I'll let you start with Eisenhower.
Eisenhower's player to watch is Benji Bauer. He's got to carry the team. The offense relies heavily on his ability to wear down the defense. Bauer has 6 multi-touchdown games. He has over 200 yards, has ran over for 200 yards in 3 games this season, has 5 games with runs of at least 40 yards, and he averages no less than 6 yards per carry in any of the Knights' 10 wins. Benji Bauer is the Knights' player to watch. That offense runs through him. literally.
Yeah. And I'll go with Cambridge Springs, and I'll go with Van Jones. I know it was Kanya who had the big game on the ground last week, and Van is an experienced player. Also, he'll get matched up, corner with, he'll match up with the opposing team's top receiver every game. Just a really, really critical player. Had the game sealing. In fact, when Cambridge Springs got the ball back up one score there against Mercer late, it was Van that was able to pick up a couple of key first downs to help run out the clock there for the Blue Devils. So he is my player to watch for Cambridge Springs tonight. I don't know where they went, but we had starting lineups around here at one point provided by the coaches, but. Again, Cody, I want to talk a little bit about these offensive lines, specifically Eisenhower's. We talk about Bauer. Well, here we go. For Cambridge Springs, offensively, DeMarcus Olson at guard, Colt Proper, Zeke Carson Smith, Parker Schmidt, and Noah Moyer on the offensive line. Tristan Mazadra, tight end, Bryce Kanya and Ethan Kanase at receiver, Brett Kanya and Van Jones at running back, and Morgan Appleby at quarterback. I want to go back to that Eisenhower line for just a second, because we talk about the season that Bowers had, and there's a lot of backs in District 10 that have had great seasons this year. He's up there with the best of them. But talk a little bit about the physicality of this offensive line.
They've been winning in the trenches. I mean, because your evidence is Bauer has had a phenomenal season. He has over 1,500 yards this year. And I went through his stats on his 200-yard games and multi-touchdown games. But it's not just him. Tucker Lindell, he's that relief for Benji Bauer. And he comes in and he doesn't have quite the speed or the shiftiness that Bauer has, so he's not going to get a lot of those big gains. But when he hits the line, I mean, there's a hole there for him, and he's already a big, strong guy. So with that, there being a hole there for him, I mean, Eisenhower's running backs really just you could probably put whether it's Benji Bauer or Tucker Lindell or Keegan Ekstrom back there, and they're going to find success because their offensive line has 100% dominated the trenches throughout this season. As we see, the Knights take the field.
Yep, so Eisenhower taking the field. Cambridge Springs has not, I don't see him yet. Looks like they're going to get set to come out there shortly.
Looks like they got a big banner.
Number 12, Chris. Number 27, Cameron.
Forgot to open the window there. Sorry, folks. If you can let us know how that looks. Might have to open the screen here, Cody. What do you think? Well, we'll get to that in just a second. But again, the starters for Eisenhower being introduced. And again, Eisenhower, as the top seed, has the benefit of this game being close to home. And really the first time in a long time that War Memorial Field has hosted a playoff game.
Yeah, and what a year to do it with the new field. Just it's gorgeous. I mean, I was here for a couple of Warren games. I covered some junior high football here, but being up in the box and being able to see the whole field in its entirety, it's just a stunning sight. And I'm really happy that Eisenhower gets the neutral site that is 20 minutes away.
Yeah, and introducing the officials for tonight's game. Referee Ken Damcott's crew. District 10 crew. Again, the winner, Cody, will get Reynolds in the championship game. They were a comfortable winner over Maplewood tonight. Second time they have beat the Tigers this season. Of course, Eisenhower looking to do the same thing here against Cambridge Springs. We're getting set for the anthem here momentarily. And when we do, we're going to take a quick timeout. Well, not yet. I keep jumping to that. I keep jumping the gun as Cambridge Springs gets set to take the field here. Again, Eisenhower under the direction of Jim Penley. Cambridge Springs under the direction of Nate Liberty. It was funny talking to Nate after their win over Mercer last week. And I tried to ask him to get him to look ahead to Eisenhower. He said, oh, no, we're going to enjoy this one tonight. We're going to enjoy this one. But then his tone shifted towards the end of the conversation. Like, but tomorrow we're getting right back to work.
Yes.
So Cambridge Springs, again, here's a question I wanted to ask you. Any difference, do you think, this game being played on turf as opposed to grass like it was the first time?
It just depends on how the players react to it. we were covering a game a few weeks back, and the field was a little slick, and you started to see, that affect the Knights running game, and it wasn't detrimental by any means, but they don't play. The Knights have a beautiful, naturally grass field that they play on, the pasture pane, and it's a little bit of an adjustment. So I'm not sure. Maybe if Penley brought them up to do a little bit of practicing or not, but it might be. You might see some slipping and some footing issues in the first quarter, but there is a difference, and certainly with your running backs like Bauer and Lindell, who are power guys, they really rely on their footing to get that push at the line of scrimmage and through the linebackers.
Yep. So again, Eisenhower and Cambridge Springs getting set to go here. That Reynolds Maplewood score was 44-6. I knew it was something like that. I couldn't remember quite what it was. But again, Reynolds taking care of Maplewood for the second time this season. So tonight's winner will get the Reynolds Raiders in the District 10 Class 1A championship game next week. Well, I'll have a moment. Want to take a chance to thank all the fine staff here at Warren, Athletic Director Jeff White, and the crew here for being so hospitable to us and setting us up here and bringing you tonight's broadcast. So kudos to them. Cody, let's get to the keys to the game. Keys to the game brought to you by the Warren County Visitors Bureau, Pennsylvania's all-season destination. Warren County, simple, pure, and real.
So for Eisenhower, the keys to the game, pressure Appleby. The Knights secondary has been picked on at times throughout the season, and with the loss of Wyatt Lookenhouse a few weeks ago, I think it's more pertinent now more than ever for the guys up front to cause a little chaos in the backfield for Appleby. Don't let them get comfortable. They have film of proven success in the passing game against the Knights. So you want to rattle Appleby as much as you can early on in this game, and don't let them get comfortable back there.
Wow. And while we were talking there, I totally missed the coin toss here. Let's what we're going to find out here momentarily. All right. So it's Eisenhower. It's Cambridge Springs. It is the District 10 Class 1A semifinals.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, at this time.
All right. We are going to have the national anthem now, so we'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back. You're watching high school football on the YDL Sports Network.
Looking for a place to hone your skills in the off-season? How about just a friendly pickup game, or even a new league to join? Then head to the Hub at PF in Russell. An all-weather athletic facility, the Hub has everything you need to get your game on, from basketball and volleyball courts to indoor batting cages. And more than just an athletic facility, the Hub also plays host to special events like concerts and worship services. The Hub is a proud supporter of local athletes and wants to thank the community for all its support over the last 2 years.
For all your automotive needs, look no further than the Warren Tire Center. From new tires to tire repairs, PA state inspections, wheel alignments, and auto detailing, there's so much more that we can do for you, and there's no reason to go anywhere but the Warren Tire Center in Warren, Pennsylvania. With over 40 years of serving the Warren and surrounding communities, it's always been a great day at the Warren Tire Center. We offer same-day service and walk-ins are welcome. Open Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m., the Warren Tire Center can be reached at 814-723-8050 and on the web at warrentirecenter.com.
Hey, this is Joe,
And this is Sketty.
and we're the hosts of the Beehive Sports Podcast. You like uncut looks into all things sports?
If you said yes, then this is a sports show for you.
Live weekly shows broadcasted on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, covering everything from local sports in northwestern Pennsylvania all the way to the pros.
Not to mention the hottest takes you will ever hear. Follow us on all social media platforms and tune into episodes today.
All right, welcome back. Eisenhower and Cambridge Springs getting set to kick off here. It will be Cambridge Springs that will receive the opening kickoff.
So it's set for kickoff here. The Eisenhower Knights will be kicking off.
And back deep for Cambridge Springs is Brett Kanya and Van Jones. All right, Cody, let's do it. It's Eisenhower, it's Cambridge Springs, it's the District 10 Class 1A semifinal from War Memorial Field in Warren. Here is the kickoff, and we are underway.
Typical Eisenhower fashion.
Yep,
With a little
and
squib kick.
boy, Cambridge Springs going to get great field position to start here. So Preston Gorton on the return there for Cambridge Springs, and they will take over 1st and 10 from their own. Where are they going to put it down at? The 49, Cody. So great field position here for Cambridge Springs to start things off.
Yeah, we'll see if Cambridge Springs tries to establish that run game. They don't have a running back in the backfield now. Now they do.
And that is Jones. This is going to be Appleby on a direct snap. Appleby across midfield, down to the Eisenhower 40 and steps out of bounds. So Morgan Appleby showing off his wheels there on the first play from scrimmage. And a gain of 11 and a first down for the Blue Devils. So, yeah, that was Jones in the backfield there with Appleby. And that's something I didn't see Appleby do a lot of last week against Mercer, but clearly, yeah, he is very capable. The first down brought to you by Ty Nesta Builder Supply with locations in Shippenville and Ty Nesta. And little pre-snap whistle here. We'll get a false start here. Tonight's game also being brought to you by the Hub at PF and Russell. Want to thank the Hub and PF in Russell. And that is a false start against Cambridge Springs, so it'll be 1st and 15. Tonight's game, first quarter, brought to you by Elwood National Forge. It's never too soon nor too late to set another goal or dream another dream. If now is the time for you, Elwood National Forge can help. With multiple positions currently available and several career paths to choose from, Elwood National Forge offers on-site and on-the-job training, competitive pay, and benefits, including 401k and insurance at start date of hire. All right, 1st and 15 for the Blue Devils. Appleby in the gun. He's going to pitch it back to Jones. Jones across the 45, across the 40, and he's going to get down to about the 36. So a gain of 9 for Van Jones. And early on here, success on the ground as Cambridge Springs has picked up 20 yards on their first 2 offensive plays.
Yeah, and even though they didn't have success in the first time these two teams met, it didn't mean that the opportunities weren't there. I think just the plays they were calling were not a good matchup for the type of defense that Eisenhower runs, and it seems early on here that maybe they found some places that they can take advantage of them.
All right, so we have that's Kenya on the direct snap, and he's going to pick up about 2. So call it 3rd and 4. Third down brought to you by Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. When you get backed up on 3rd and long, call Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. Get you moving again. Visit them online at lutonsplumbing.com. So 10:42 on a running first quarter clock here. Cambridge Springs 3rd and 4 at the Eisenhower 34. Appleby with a full house backfield. And the give is going to be to Gorton, and he's going to have the first down and then some. So 1st and 10, Cambridge Springs on the first down pickup there by Gorton. So gain of 10 down to the Eisenhower 24-yard line. 10:19 to go on a running first quarter clock. Blue Devils on the move here to start the game. Again, taking advantage here, at least so far, of this good starting field position. Appleby will go from the gun list. Actually, no. It's Gorton, and he drops the direct snap, and it's going to lose a couple yards.
Well, yeah, I'm not sure where he fell on that. He might have fell on it right there at the line of scrimmage.
So disaster averted.
Lost
for Cambridge Springs. Nevertheless, a loss of about 1.5 yards on the play. 9:40 to go, running first quarter clock. No score here, Eisenhower and Cambridge Springs.
Yeah, it's been raining all day.
It has.
So the field, it's not raining right now, but the field's certainly slick. The ball gets wet. I expect to see these two teams had multiple fumbles in their first matchup, and it wasn't raining that night.
This will be Appleby. He empties the backfield now. Appleby rolling right, looking. Now he's going to throw, and that pass is incomplete. And Preston Gorton, the intended receiver there. So 3rd and 11 now for Cambridge Springs. 9:13 to go here, opening quarter. No score, Eisenhower and Cambridge Springs.
Yeah, there were multiple in the first matchup. There were multiple times that Appleby had receivers open, would overthrow them, and it was mostly early on in the game. He struggled to get his rhythm, but once he got his rhythm, he did find some intermittent success.
So here's Appleby, quick throw, and that's complete. And so Bryce Kanya on the reception, call it a gain of 10. So that's going to set up a 4th and 4th and 1 really, for Cambridge Springs just outside the 15-yard line. Cambridge Springs has entered the Pizza Hut red zone. So big play here early in the game. 8:44 to go, running first quarter clock. And sneak by Appleby, and he's going to have the first down to the Eisenhower 13-yard line. So Cambridge Springs on the move.
Yeah, this is a solid drive. This is something that we didn't see in that first game. And it's statement drive. It's a message to Eisenhower that Cambridge Springs is not showing up here expecting to struggle. They're showing up expecting to win.
Appleby has 2 receivers near side, 2 far side. Actually, this is Gorton, or no, that's Kanya, and Kanya powers toward the goal line, and he's down to the 1. So Cambridge Springs is knocking on the door. Another Ty Nesta Builder Supply first down. Kanya in the Wildcat formation there took the direct snap and takes it down to the 1-yard line. Again, saw a lot of this from Cambridge Springs, and I covered them last week. All right, so first and goal from the 1. It will be Kanya again in the Wildcat. 2 receivers near side, 2 far side. And now Gorton sidecar right. Kanya takes that, and he's in. No, he's not in.
Well, he had the momentum, but I think they kind of bent him back right at the goal line.
So, boy, I thought he was in, and a good job there by the Eisenhower defense. So 7:22 to go. Not sure why the clock stopped. Yeah, running first quarter clock.
That first matchup I mentioned in the pregame, they had negative 28 yards. This drive alone, they're up to 45 yards on the ground. Completely different success.
All right. And is that Appleby that's in there for the touchdown? I believe so. So with it was. So Cambridge Springs strikes first on the 1-yard touchdown plunge. It is 7-0 at the 7:04 mark of the first quarter. And here comes the extra point attempt. It is up, and Bryce Kanya pokes it through. So with 7:04 to go in the first quarter, it's Cambridge Springs 7, Eisenhower 0. You're watching high school football on the YDL Sports Network. All right, so 7:04 to go here in the opening quarter. Cambridge Springs strikes first. And back for Eisenhower, Pascuzzi, Ekstrom, and the Chambers.
He's been back there before.
Yep, so those are the three back there for the Knights. Bryce Kanya to kick off for Cambridge Springs.
46 yards on the ground.
Wow, what a switch already from
Cambridge
the first
Springs,
game.
Yeah, off of 8 plays, average 5.8 yards a carry.
And there's the kickoff, and it's a squibber covered by the Knights at about the 32-yard line. So, Cody, Eisenhower in a position that they have rarely been in this season, trailing here early in this ball game as they take over 1st and 10 on their opening possession. 7:01 to go here in the opening quarter, brought to you by Elwood National Forge.
Yeah, if you're Penley, you don't change anything. There's obviously no reason to panic. Try to keep your guys calm. They were fired up before the game. You want them to have intensity, but you don't, run your offense. Take 6 minutes off the clock.
Yep. So here we go. Eisenhower, 1st and 10, Pascuzzi under center. There's a give up the middle. And going for about 5 there was Tucker Lindell. So they give it to the up man there, Tucker Lindell. Bring up 2nd and 5 for Eisenhower from the 37. And Keegan Ekstrom comes split out to the left here. Lindell and Bauer in the backfield. Bauer's going to get it this time. Bauer picks his way across the 40, out to about the 45, and he's going to have first down yardage. Benji Bauer. And 6:26 to go here, running first quarter clock. Cambridge Springs took their opening drive and scored. Now Eisenhower with their opening possession. Again, this first quarter brought to you by Elwood National Forge. As checking in for Eisenhower's number 27, Cameron Jacobzak.
Yeah, with Lookenhouse out, you're going to get a lot more Jacobzak, Jensen, Keegan Ekstrom split out. We have Chris Bunk split out here closest to us.
And here's the motion man. That's Ekstrom, and he's going to get it, and that's incomplete. So Pascuzzi looking for Ekstrom there. That'll bring up a 2nd and 10. First pass attempt of the game for the Knights. And sending Ekstrom in motion there, but Pascuzzi unable to hit him. So 2nd and 10 from their own 45 will go Eisenhower. 5:54 to go here in the first quarter from War Memorial Field in Warren.
And Ekstrom can be a little bit of a difficult target to hit. He's a shorter receiver, running back receiver. He kind of plays a little bit of both. But you really can't afford to throw it high on him.
So 2nd and 10 for the Knights. Bunk comes in motion. Lindell the up man. Bauer's going to get it. Cross the 50. And the ball comes out. And I think Cambridge Springs might, nope, Eisenhower. Wow, what a break. And I'm kind of jumping the gun there, Cody. It looked like a Cambridge Springs guy was there, but Knights able to jump back on it, and boy,
dodged a bullet.
With that one.
Dodged a bullet there. I do want to compliment Benji Bauer, though. The way that kid runs, we talk about him and Lindell with their power, but the way Bauer runs, he's so elusive. And I don't think people expect that. I don't think defenses expect that until they're actually facing him, because he's able to slip through defensive fronts very well.
And here's the handoff. That's Bauer again, and he's going to be, that's Ekstrom. And he's going to be brought down in the backfield. Josh Gorton just shot out like a cannon and able to get Ekstrom in the backfield. That's going to be a loss of a couple. 5 minutes to go here, running first quarter clock. Cambridge Springs took their opening drive and scored. Eisenhower looking to do the same. So Eisenhower 2nd and call it 13, actually, from the 39. Lindell and Bauer in the backfield behind Pascuzzi. Give is to Bauer, and he's down to about the 35. They'll set up a 3rd and 9 for the Knights. 4:20 to go, running first quarter clock.
23 Manzadra in on a tackle for the Blue Devils.
So Eisenhower, a 3rd and 9. Again, this is 4-down territory. You don't necessarily have to pick up all of it right here.
No, you want to pick up about half. You'd be comfortable if you picked up half with the running backs that they have.
Ekstrom comes split out to the left, and we're going to get a timeout. Cambridge Springs will take one with them. We'll be right back. You're watching high school football on the YDL Sports Network.
Located at 229 Liberty Street in downtown Warren, Freedom Investment Management Group has a passion for helping people manage and preserve their wealth. Partners Rob Maring and Dave Close, along with all the professionals at Freedom Investment Management Group, are committed to providing the highest level of service to our clients. Every member of our team is experienced, educated, and passionate. We intentionally maintain a low client-to-team member ratio so that we can consistently deliver concierge-like service. Simply put, we are not like many other wealth management firms. Come experience the difference. Visit us online at freedomwealthcoach.com.
All right, welcome back here to War Memorial Field in Warren. As Eisenhower trailing Cambridge Springs 7-0, Knights will have a 3rd and 9 from the Cambridge Springs 35-yard line after the Cambridge Springs timeout. Here we go. Eisenhower will send 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Bauer sidecar with Pascuzzi. And Pascuzzi's looking to Ekstrom. He's got him down to about the 28-yard line. So there you go. They pick up a good chunk of it there. That'll set up 4th and 2, and really the entire playbook open to you on this play if you're Eisenhower.
Yeah, absolutely. And I like that play. They kind of did a precursor of that a few plays ago, and they're able to get closer to the first down here. Certainly more manageable position to be in.
So in comes the play. 3:20 to go here, running first quarter clock. Again, this is Eisenhower's opening possession of the game. Cambridge Springs took theirs, drove down the field, and scored on the Morgan Appleby 1-yard touchdown run. Pascuzzi under center has Lindell and Bauer with him, dotting the I. Here's the pitch to Bauer, and he is going to be devoured in the backfield. And Caden Boozer, number 9, was the first man in there for the Blue Devils. So a big stop for Cambridge Springs, and they take over on the turnover on downs.
Yeah, and there was just nothing Bauer could do. Almost immediately after getting the ball, defender right in his face.
That was actually a loss of 5 on the play. So Cambridge Springs will take over 1st and 10 from its own 33-yard line. 2:58 to go here in the opening quarter. And now we have a couple guys in motion for Cambridge Springs. And here's the give. It's Van Jones around the right side, and he's going to be wrapped up. A bunch of Knights in there on the play. Garrett Jensen was the first man in. And Jones, let's see where they mark this. Give him a yard, I guess. And bring up a 2nd and 9 from the 34. 2:35 to go, running first quarter clock. So
yeah, this is where Eisenhower's defensive front, which has been very good all year long. They need to step up. They were a little off on that last series, to say the least.
And there's a hit.
They are going off
backfield, and Bauer devoured Jones in the backfield there. So Bauer getting it done on the defensive end there. And that'll set up a 3rd and, let's call it 14 for Cambridge Springs. Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning 3rd down. When you get back up, call Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning to get you going again. 1:47 to go here, running first quarter clock. So 3rd and long here. Cambridge Springs sends trips to the right, 2 receivers to the left. Empty backfield here for Appleby. Appleby looking. He's got a man out there and just too tall for Bryce Kanya. And that'll bring up 4th and 14 for the Blue Devils. So Eisenhower gets a stop after the turnover on downs. So 4th and 14. Kanya back in punt formation. Sean Pascuzzi deep for the Knights. Here's the kick. It's away, and it's a short kick. But it's going to take a Cambridge Springs roll and go out of bounds about at midfield. We'll see where they mark it. Right at midfield. Okay.
How perfect is that?
Yep. I want to thank Peppermill for sponsoring tonight's broadcast. The Peppermill restaurant in Warren. You see their steak sub there up on the menu. Had one the other day. It was delicious. I want to thank the Peppermill for their help sponsoring tonight's broadcast. So 1:25 to go here in the opening quarter. Eisenhower trailing Cambridge Springs 7-0 here at War Memorial Field in Warren. And here's the give. Bauer cuts back. Bauer's got the first down, then some, down inside the 30.
Bauer's running angry now.
Yeah, he is.
He's fired up.
So Ethan Canassi with the tackle, but not before Bauer picks up. Well, let's see where they mark it. That's a gain of 22 for Benji Bauer. And Eisenhower at the Cambridge Springs 28-yard line. 1:16 to go here in a running first quarter clock. So 1st and 10 here for Eisenhower. Lindell at fullback, Bauer at halfback, 2 receivers here near side. Give is to Bauer. Bauer down inside the 20, down to about the 18, and we'll see where they mark it. That appears to be enough for another Eisenhower first down. Well, nope, not quite. Not quite. Gain of 9, down to 19. But the Knights have entered the Pizza Hut red zone. 36 seconds to go here, running first quarter clock.
Benji Bauer seems to be rolling now.
Yep.
He's got 8 carries, 51 yards.
Pascuzzi under center. And here's another give to Bauer. Bauer has the first down and more. Down, I think it's going to mark it just outside the 10 at the 11. We'll see where they put it. So that'll be the final. Well, Eisenhower will not have to run another play if they do not want to. And I don't think, well, now they're rushing to the line. Pascuzzi under center, and he does get it off. Hand off to Lindell.
I like it.
I do too. So down to about the 7. It's called a gain of 4, and that is the final play of the first quarter. So Eisenhower threatening, but it's Cambridge Springs that leads 7-0 after 1 quarter. You're watching high school football on the YDL Sports Network, powered by the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg.
Icing, screen printing, and embroidery located at 2043 Pennsylvania Avenue East in Warren. We offer screen printing and embroidery on apparel as well as graphic design, web design, photography, and custom frames, and specialize in youth fundraisers. We also offer photography services and custom frames. Check out our Icebox stores online at icyinc.com or give us a call at 814-688-0034. Let's meet, drink coffee, and design some cool shirts. Be cool, wear Icy.
All right, welcome back to War Memorial Field in Warren as we switch sides of the field for the start of the second quarter. Eisenhower threatening. They will have a 2nd and 6 at the Cambridge Springs, well, actually 2nd and 7 called at the 8-yard line. Cambridge Springs scored on the opening drive of the game. Now Eisenhower threatening. And again, Cody, it's been on the back of Benji Bauer.
It has been. He's got 7 carries, 59 yards. Already has a carry over 20 yards, averaging 8.4 yards per carry. The Knights are up to 65 yards on the ground. This drive has looked more like Eisenhower than their first one.
And here's the handoff to Bauer. Bauer picks his way inside, just inside the 5, down to about the 4. So that'll set up a 3rd and I'll call it like 2.5. No, 2. I guess ball sitting at the 4. They need the 2 for a first down.
And that's the position, the good position that they're in, is that they can still get the first down here. So there's no sense of urgency to have to get into the end zone.
Yep. One receiver to the far side, that's Jensen. Bauer and Lindell in the backfield. The give is to Bauer, and he's not going to get there. In fact, I think he's going to lose a yard.
Yeah, he got that handoff and just missed the hole. Ran right into a defensive lineman. There was a lane. It was to the right of the defensive lineman that he ran into.
So now 4th and call it 3 for the Knights from the Cambridge Springs 5-yard line here in the Icy Inc. second quarter. Let's meet, drink coffee, and design some cool shirts. Be cool, wear Icy.
But now the Knights are in another scoring situation, another potential scoring situation. 4th down. You know, they can't have another failed 4th down conversion here.
All right, so big play here. Pascuzzi under center. Play fake to Bauer. He's got some room. He's got a man who's looking for Bunk, and there's a flag.
I'm not sure what the delay was for.
Yeah.
It's pretty obvious.
I mean, Bunk kind of got tackled there before the ball got to him, and he kind of got looking up and looked around, and he got the flag, and so that'll be a first down, Eisenhower.
And half the distance, although that's just a couple of yards.
Yeah. So that will give Eisenhower, well, yep, that'll be half the distance to the goal, and it'll be a first and goal to go for the Knights.
I love the play call. I mean, in Cambridge Springs, and I don't blame them, they were completely ready for Benji Bauer again.
Yep.
And Pascuzzi pulled off that fake perfectly, rolled out, had his man, and then his man got tackled.
So 10:32 to go here in the second quarter. Eisenhower threatening here, trailing 7-0. Bauer and Lindell in the backfield. Pascuzzi under center. Now he looks like he's audibling here. And here's Pascuzzi. He takes the snap. He gives to Bauer. Bauer powering. He is in. No, they're going to mark him down inside the 1.
I wouldn't be surprised to see a Pascuzzi sneak.
Yeah, I was going to say, that ball, boy, that's about as close as you can get without being in the end zone.
Yeah, and Pascuzzi's had success with QB sneaks throughout the year. He is a former running back before he took over as a quarterback. So I think that would probably be the safe call. But you would like to reward Benji Bauer for his hard work on this drive, too.
Here's Pascuzzi under center. And the give is to Lindell, and he is into the end zone for the Eisenhower touchdown at the 10:02 mark of the second quarter. The Knights an extra point away from tying this one up at 7. So here comes the point after attempt for the Knights. Kellogg with the kick. That kick is up. That kick is good. So with 10:02 to go in the second quarter, your score, Eisenhower 7, Cambridge Springs 7. You're watching high school football on the YDL Sports Network, powered by the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg.
Need plumbing, heating, or air conditioning services in Western PA? Then call Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning in Clarion today at 814-226-8695. At Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, we believe that a service-oriented business like ours should give you quality care and a quick response time. That's why we stand on our promise, offering you reliable 24-hour service that gets your job done right when you need it. We can also be found on the web at lutonsplumbing.com. Again, that number is 814-226-8695.
So Eisenhower ties it up with 10:02 to go in the second quarter on the Tucker Lindell 1-yard touchdown run. Again, Cambridge Springs got on the board first. It was Morgan Appleby, a quarterback sneak. So both touchdowns of the 1-yard variety.
Yeah, both teams having success on the ground.
Yeah.
Eisenhower right now, 71 yards off of 14 carries. They're average about 5 yards a carry. And it really seems like for the Knights that Benji Bauer is cooking.
All right, so Eisenhower set to kick off. Kanya and Jones deep for Cambridge Springs. This is going to be a squibber, though, and recovered at the 47-yard line. So interesting. Again, this will be great starting field position for Cambridge Springs. That Eisenhower touchdown, brought to you by the Pepper Mill. Score yourself and your family a touchdown with a great family meal at the Pepper Mill. Stop in 1505 Pennsylvania Avenue East or call 814-723-4240 for takeout. And while you're at it, get one of their delicious steak subs. First and 10, Cambridge Springs ball at their own 48 here as they begin this drive. And the ball is out.
That has to be the Knights.
And that is Eisenhower football.
It looks like they've pretty much flipped the field. They'll have it at their own 49 or 48.
Yep, and I think that was Gorton on the carry.
Keegan Ekstrom.
And Keegan Ekstrom, yep, with it. So a momentum shift, Cody, in this game to be sure, as Eisenhower takes over at their own 49.
Absolutely. This is a position where Eisenhower needs to keep riding on the back of Benji Bauer. We talked about it in the pregame. You saw it on the last drive. Him and with a little bit of relief with Lindell and mix in a pass or two, they can really shift the momentum of this game.
Yep. Again, winner to get Reynolds in the D10 title game next week. They beat Maplewood earlier today, 44-6. And there's a pitch out to Bauer. Bauer tries to get the edge. He does, but good pursuit there on the play. Again, that was Caden Boozer for Cambridge Springs, so he's been very active defensively for the Blue Devils. Called a gain of 2 for Bauer. That'll bring up a 2nd and 8 from the Cambridge Springs 49 as Ike crosses midfield. 9:27 to go here, running second quarter clock. Again, Eric Childs bringing in the play there, and he'll come split out to the right. It's Pascuzzi under center. Now got a motion man of Jensen, but there's a handoff to Lindell, and he's down. We'll see where they mark it, just outside the 45 at the 46. So we'll call it 3rd and 5 for the Knights. Well, no, now they put it at the 45, so call it 3rd and 4. I had a little bit of issue with that, Cody, in my first game today over in Bradford. So 3rd and 4 for the Knights from the Cambridge Springs 45. 8:37 to go, running second quarter clock. Jacobzak split out to the right, and there is all kinds of movement there. And we're going to have a false start against the Knights. So that's a big play. That takes you from a 3rd and 4 to a 3rd and 9. And
yeah, and so far it's been a pretty clean game.
It has.
But they have had an unfortunate history of racking up penalties. And it seemed like in previous games that we've covered, once they start, it's just a domino effect. And then the next thing you know, you look and they've got 50 yards in penalties.
Yep.
So hopefully that is just a one-off for the Knights.
Yep. So 8:14 to go, running second quarter clock. Ball at midfield 3rd and 9. Pascuzzi will go from the gun this time as 3 receivers. Now Jensen comes in motion, and Pascuzzi's going to keep it. Pascuzzi's going to have the first down as he crosses inside the Cambridge Springs 40 to the 39. So on 3rd and 9, Sean Pascuzzi picks up 11. It looks like Cambridge Springs kind of went with the motion man Jensen there. That allowed the opening for Pascuzzi.
Yeah, that was a good read by Pascuzzi. I'm not sure if that was the play call or just him seeing an open lane there and taking it. Like I said, former running back, so he sees that opportunity to let the wheels roll, man. He's going to go.
All right, so 1st and 10 for the Knights at the Cambridge Springs 39. They are on the move after that tie nest to Builder Supply first down. Jensen, the motion man again, and it's going to be Pascuzzi again. But I think we're going to get a motion penalty here on the Knights. We'll check the flag. Tentatively, it's a gain of 6 for Pascuzzi. And we are going to have an illegal shift against Eisenhower. So back it up. It'll be 1st and 15 from the 44-yard line. Again, coming to you here from War Memorial Field in Warren. Andy Close, Cody Elms alongside you.
You know, like I was saying, you went a quarter and a half, no penalties. Now we've had 2 in less than a minute.
Yeah.
And they could be drive killers.
They sure can as Jacob Zach brings the play in. Eisenhower 1st and 15 now from the 44. Pascuzzi in the shotgun, Ekstrom the motion man, and he's going to get the carry, and he's now reversing field, and he's going to be tackled for a huge loss by Van Jones. So again, Cambridge Springs not fooled on that play one bit. That's going to be a loss of 6 back to midfield. So to your point, Cody, a penalty on first down, and then a play that goes for a loss, and all of a sudden, Eisenhower ball at midfield, but it's 2nd and 20, 2nd and 21.
I mean, at this point, you're looking to try to get into a position where you can be 4-down territory.
Sure.
You want to get, you got 2 downs to do it though. You got to get inside the original line of scrimmage. That's another 11 yards.
6:20 to go here, running second quarter clock. Pascuzzi looks to pass, all kinds of time, looking for Bunk, and that is incomplete. And as Jones helps Bunk to his feet there. Bunk, they'll take a shot with him. Again, Chris Bunk got great size. They'll take a shot there with him in one-on-one coverage.
Yeah, they pretty much throughout the season, they had the benefit of having Bunk kind of go down one side, and they'd have Wyatt Lukenhouse on the other side. Then Wyatt got injured here a few weeks back. So Bunk's taking on that solo big man role. But that was pretty close, a little bit overthrown.
Yep. So 3rd and 21, Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, 3rd down for the Knights as Cambridge Springs looks to get off the field here on 3rd down. Pascuzzi looking to throw. He's going to be flushed, and he gets rid of it. That ball is deflected and incomplete.
I'm not sure how he got out of there.
Boy, I'm not either. Again, that pocket just collapsed. The Cambridge Springs front 4 there doing a great job.
Oh, they saw an opportunity.
Yep.
They, try to get field position on the force a fumble, force a bad throw, which they ended up doing. And Eisenhower very lucky that ball wasn't intercepted.
Yep. So 6:05 to go here. Also want to give a shout out to Allegheny Mountain Beard Products, new business here in Warren, located next to Subway. Punt formation for the Knights, 4th and 21 from midfield. Jones back deep for Cambridge Springs. Not much of a rush there. The punt end over end, going to bounce at about the 27. Roll dead just inside. Well, I can mark it right at the 15-yard line.
Good punt.
So with 5:55 to go here in the opening half, Cambridge Springs and Eisenhower tied at 7. The second quarter brought to you by Icy Ink. Let's meet, drink coffee, and design some cool shirts. Be cool. Wear Icy.
So if Cambridge Springs puts together a drive like they did on their opening drive, attacking on the ground, finding success there, they may eat up a lot of clock here, and we could be looking at the final drive of the game or of the first half. Certainly not the case.
Appleby from the gun. That was Kenya on the direct snap again out of the Wildcat. Excuse me, and he's going to pick up 1. So 2nd and 9 for Cambridge Springs from their own 16-yard line. 5:35 to go here, running second quarter clock. And a brisk night. The rain has stopped, but temperature under 40 degrees here. It finally feels like mid-November. As this is Appleby. He'll take the shotgun snap, handoff to Jones. Jones with a hole. Jones bounces out. Van Jones got one man to beat. It's Pascuzzi. And Pascuzzi knocks him out of bounds, but not before a huge gain from Van Jones. So he takes it from the 16 to the Eisenhower 28. A 53-yard run for Van Jones.
And I'll tell you, Brian, I think he would have had a surefire touchdown had he not. He ran right into the back of his own offensive lineman, slowed him up a little bit.
Yeah.
That gave the Eisenhower defense enough opportunity to react, and he still got 53 yards. Had that lineman not been there, I'm convinced Van Jones would have been in the end zone.
Appleby takes the shotgun snap. He pitches back to Kenya, and he's going to be ridden out of bounds. Gain of about 3. Yep, so gain of 3 for Kenya down to the 27-yard line. So 2nd and 7 here for Cambridge Springs after that big run for Jones, tying us to Builder Supply, first down. 2nd and 7 for the Blue Devils from the Eisenhower 27. 4:35 to go here, running second quarter clock. Appleby has Jones with him in the backfield. He'll take the shotgun snap. Appleby looking to pass. That pass is complete to Gorton, and that's going to be a gain of about 4 on the completion to Preston Gorton. Just a simple little play fake there from Appleby. Gets it out quickly to Gorton. And we're going to mark it the 22. So 3rd and 2 here for Cambridge Springs from the Eisenhower 22 as the Blue Devils approaching the Pizza Hut red zone. And full house backfield now for the Blue Devils. Here's the give to Jones. And he's going to pick up about a yard. He's going to be about a yard short. Again, 3:40 to go here, running second quarter clock. That'll set up a 4th and 1 for the Blue Devils from the Eisenhower 21. Again, another big play here in this ball game.
And that 1-yard run by Jones puts Cambridge Springs at 100 yards rushing on 14 carries so far here in the first half. Certainly a stark difference from early September.
Appleby under center, full house backfield. Appleby gets pushed forward, and he appears to have the necessary yardage. Where their officials are coming in, I think he has the first down. Yep. So Cambridge Springs enters the Pizza Hut red zone, 1st and 10 at the Eisenhower 19-yard line. Again, the big play on this drive, the 53-yard run by Van Jones.
You know, and all that set up by, you had a couple of penalties, some questionable plays that didn't go Eisenhower's way.
Appleby under center. Here's the give to Jones. Jones has a couple. I'll mark him down about the 17. Again, 2:40 to go here, running second quarter clock.
Yeah, and if you're Cambridge Springs, I mean, I don't think you really need to be in a hurry.
Oh, not at all. Again,
you want to drain this clock down.
Yep.
Because Eisenhower gets the ball coming out of the half. So you certainly don't want to give him the ball back before halftime.
All right, so under 2:20 to go now, running second quarter clock. 2nd and 8 for the Blue Devils from the Eisenhower 17 as the fans get loud here at War Memorial Field. There's the give I think that's Kanya on the carry. He's not going to have much. Excuse me, that is not Kanya. That is Josh Gorton on the carry. And he's going to have maybe a yard. I'll set up a 3rd and 7, 150 to go here, running second quarter clock. Third and 7 for the Blue Devils. And do you let Appleby maybe go to the air here, Cody?
I think it doesn't hurt to take a shot.
Bryce Kanya splits out to the left now, as does Ethan Kanasi. Appleby has Jones in the backfield with them, and before
Timeout.
Yep, we're going to get a timeout. Eisenhower will take one with them. 1:25 to go, second quarter. Eisenhower 7, Cambridge Springs 7. You're watching high school football on the YDL Sports Network.
Golfing at one of the prettiest golf courses around is what you get when you play around at Hunter Station Golf Club just outside of Tonesta. Located in the Allegheny Mountains with a spectacular view of the Allegheny River, Hunter Station offers something for everyone. The rolling hills of the front nine, coupled with a back nine situated along the banks of the Allegheny River, create some of the best views in all of northwestern PA. And when you're done with your round, enjoy a delicious meal or a cold drink in our restaurant and bar. Looking for a place to stay? Hunter Station has you covered there too with play and stay packages. Find out more at hunterstation.com.
All right, so back here at War Memorial Field in Warren, Eisenhower 7, Cambridge Springs 7, 1:25 to go, second quarter. Cambridge Springs will have a 3rd and 8 from the Eisenhower 17-yard line as the Knights took a timeout there. That was their first charge timeout of the half. So both teams with 2 timeouts remaining. And to your point, Cody, the clock not really an issue here for the Blue Devils.
No, if anything, they almost don't want to score too quick. Just leave as little time on the clock as you can and go into the half with a 7-point lead is a complete contrast to how their week 2 game went against Eisenhower earlier this year.
Kanasi, the motion man. Appleby looks out that way. Passes complete to, and that is going to be a touchdown. Touchdown, Preston Gorton on 3rd and 8 from the 17. Appleby to Gorton, 17 yards, and that gives the Blue Devils the lead.
How about that throw by Appleby? I mean, I thought it looked like the defender might have been able to have an opportunity to pick him off there, but it was a beautifully thrown ball, and then Gorton just did the rest himself.
And Bryce Kanya in to attempt the extra point. Kick is up. Kick is good. So with 1:18 to go in the second quarter, your score, Cambridge Springs 14, Eisenhower 7. We'll be right back. You're watching high school football on the YDL Sports Network, powered by the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg.
Looking for a place to hone your skills in the off-season? How about just a friendly pickup game, or even a new league to join? Then head to the Hub at PF in Russell. An all-weather athletic facility, the Hub has everything you need to get your game on, from basketball and volleyball courts to indoor batting cages. And more than just an athletic facility, the Hub also plays host to special events like concerts and worship services. The Hub is a proud supporter of local athletes and wants to thank the community for all its support over the last 2 years.
All right, so welcome back to War Memorial Field in Warren, where Cambridge Springs has taken a 14-7 lead with 1:18 to go in the first half on the strength of Morgan Appleby's 17-yard touchdown pass to Preston Gorton on 3rd and 8. So now I have to imagine that probably changes the thought process for Eisenhower here. Maybe they play conservative, maybe they don't if they get a stop there, but I have to imagine they'll get aggressive here.
I think it depends on field position. If Cambridge Springs, the last time they kicked, they did a little squib kick like we see Eisenhower do. If they do that again, they have field position, 40, 45-yard line. Yeah, I think they get aggressive. If they kick it deep and they're down inside their own 20, I'm not sure you want to risk a bad throw, pick 6, something like that. I mean, you're certainly ending the half down by 7. You don't want to end the half with a turnover or some sort of error like that.
Sure. So Bryce Kanya to kick off for Cambridge Springs. Now we have a whistle. Oh, the ball blew off the tee. Not windy, but Kanya puts the ball back on the tee.
I give these kids credit, too, being able to play in these little bit of rain, not scaring them.
Nope.
A little bit of wind.
So Kenya back to kick off, and there's the kick, and that's going to be taken at the 19 by Bauer, or excuse me, by, I think that was Chambers actually on the return. So 1st and 10 for Eisenhower.
And now that's this is kind of
The
in an
gray
where,
area.
this is that gray 10 yards where I don't know.
Well,
I guess if you find success on your first play.
I was going to say, do you maybe call a run, and then if you pick up a decent chunk, kind of get aggressive?
Yeah, if you find success on that first play and you can get close to midfield, then get uber aggressive. Otherwise, I think you just try to run out the clock.
All right, so Pascuzzi will send 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Bauer is sidecar. Fake, and there's a pass, and that's complete there over on the left side, and trying to hurdle a man on the play was Mikey Beaver, and gain of about 4 as we tick under a minute to play here on the running clock in the second quarter. And we're going to get a timeout here, I think. Eisenhower. Yep, and we'll stay right here. And want to thank the Pepper Mill in Warren for their sponsorship of tonight's game. And you stop by, be sure to get one of their delicious steak subs, as you can see on the screen there. I had one myself yesterday. It was absolutely delicious. And the Pepper Mill, all kinds of great food. So again, we want to thank them, and stop on over certainly if you get a chance to the Pepper Mill in Warren, located at 1505, Pennsylvania Avenue East in Warren, or give them a call at 814-723-4240. So, Cody, we have 52 seconds to go here in the half. And Eisenhower with a 2nd and call it 6 from their own 42.
Yeah, if they're able to pick up this first down, they certainly have time to take a couple of shots deeper, but a lot riding here.
Pascuzzi's going to keep it himself, and he's not going to pick up the first down. He's close, but more importantly, the clock keeps running. It'll be a 3rd and about 1 for Eisenhower from their own 47. Knights get back on the ball, clock running, 30 seconds to go now here in the half. And now we're going to get a timeout. So Cambridge Springs calls timeout there. That's interesting.
Well, this is a huge 3rd down for them, because if they're able to, you want to have the right personnel on the field. You want to have the right defensive play called. You go up to first down here. They're at midfield. Pascuzzi, he can take a deep shot to Chris Bunk or Jacob Zach. So I don't mind it. I think they could have let the time run a little bit longer.
So the ball will be spotted at Eisenhower's 47-yard line. Again, Cambridge Springs, the 4 seed, leading top seed Eisenhower 14-7 with 28 seconds to go here in the opening half. As the Knights retake the field, and I have to imagine if you're Eisenhower, if you want to try and score here before the half, you've got to look down the field, deep down the field, with only 28 seconds left.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to run the ball.
Pascuzzi takes the snap, and he's going to run around the right side. He's going to have the first down and a lot more. Pascuzzi inside the 40 and down to about the 37 on that tightness to Builder Supply first down. Clock will stop momentarily with 20 seconds to go. Knights get on the ball. Clock is running now inside of 20 seconds, 17, 16, 15. Pascuzzi gets the snap off, and he looks over to Beaver. That pass is complete, but he's going to lose a yard. And Eisenhower will burn their final timeout with 7 seconds to go here in the half.
Yeah, I'm not really sure why they didn't spike the ball there instead of rushing a play that wasn't really directed towards getting out of bounds or getting downfield. It seemed like a very rushed call for the Knights.
It did, and so with 6.9 seconds to go here in the half, Eisenhower, you figure out time for one more play. The ball resting on the Cambridge Springs 39-yard line for the Knights. Again, Cambridge Springs coming in after the quarterfinal win over Mercer 21-14. Of course, Eisenhower had the first round bye. Winner to meet Reynolds for the District 10 Class 1A title next week.
Be curious to see here if Cambridge Springs kind of goes into a prevent to stop a deep pass, or if they're going to rush like they have on some other pass plays.
Well, not quite as much of a prevent as you would think here.
No.
Pascuzzi has Bauer's sidecar. And Pascuzzi flush now looking deep, and he's going to be sacked, and the ball is out. The ball is out. Look out here, picked up by the Blue Devils. And with it there is number 23. That's Tristan Mazadra, and the clock's going to run out. But, boy, that was almost a huge play for Cambridge Springs and almost a disaster for Eisenhower.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I was saying before they started their series. It's bad enough to be down by a touchdown going into the half. Now you're down by a touchdown with a fumble. It just makes it even more of a sour feeling for the Knights, who in the first game more or less manhandled Cambridge Springs. And here tonight, Cambridge Springs on the ground has found a lot of success, and they've played some smart fundamental football, and it shows. They're up by 7.
Yep. All right, so folks, we will take a break, and when we come back, we'll have the Pizza Hut of Grove City and Clarion halftime show. Your score at halftime: Cambridge Springs 14, Eisenhower 7. This is the District 10 Class 1A semifinal. You are watching high school football on the YDL Sports Network, powered by the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg.
Ready to break into a rewarding career? Elwood National Forge can help. Elwood National Forge produces critical defense-rated parts to all branches of the United States military, meaning each day our employees are doing their part to support the men and women protecting our country. With multiple positions currently available and several career paths to choose from, Elwood National Forge offers on-site and on-the-job training, competitive pay and benefits, including 401k and insurance that start the date of hire, paid time off, and long-term job security. We'd love to support you in building a career. To learn more about becoming part of the Elwood National Forge family, visit enfjobs.com.
With locations in Shippenville and Tionesta Builder Supply is a full-service home improvement center specializing in everything you need to build or remodel your home. From power tools and accessories to paint and sundries and general hardware merchandise, Tionesta Builders has everything you need to get your project done quickly. Find out more at tionestabuilders.us and like them on Facebook.
Looking for a place to hone your skills in the off-season? How about just a friendly pickup game, or even a new league to join? Then head to the Hub at PF in Russell. An all-weather athletic facility, the Hub has everything you need to get your game on, from basketball and volleyball courts to indoor batting cages. And more than just an athletic facility, the Hub also plays host to special events like concerts and worship services. The Hub is a proud supporter of local athletes and wants to thank the community for all its support over the last 2 years.
Icing Screen Printing and Embroidery, located at 2043 Pennsylvania Avenue East in Warren. We offer screen printing and embroidery on apparel, as well as graphic design, web design, photography, and custom frames, and specialize in youth fundraisers. We also offer photography services and custom frames. Check out our Icebox stores online at icyinc.com or give us a call at 814-688-0034. Let's meet, drink coffee, and design some cool shirts. Be cool, wear Icy.
Hey, this is Joe.
And this is Sketty.
And we're the hosts of the Beehive Sports Podcast. Do you like uncut looks into all things sports?
If you said yes, then this is a sports show for you.
Live weekly shows broadcasted on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, covering everything from local sports in northwestern Pennsylvania all the way to the pros.
Not to mention the hottest takes you will ever hear. Follow us on all social media platforms and tune into episodes today.
Hi, Chris Rossetti here from D9 and 10sports.com. I wanted to take a second to tell you about one of the best restaurants in all of Western Pennsylvania, the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg, PA. With indoor and outdoor dining, you can enjoy prime rib all weekend long, or perhaps it is their full wings served on Thursday wing nights that you're after. From celebrating a special occasion to hanging out with family and friends, the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg is the place to be. As they like to say, you come for the food and you stay for the view. Reserve your table today at AlleghenyGrill.com.
Looking for some family fun and excitement? Then head to the best darn bowling alley around, Valley Bowling Center. Winter open bowling hours begin November 4th and are 9 to 11 p.m. on Friday, 1 to 11 p.m. on Saturday, and 1 to 4 p.m. on Sunday. Valley is now offering custom graphic designs on clothing for all seasons, as well as fanwear shops for all schools and sports. No order is too big or too small. Call 814-563-4320 or stop in at 9 West Main Street in Youngsville to find out more. Valley Bowling Center, where fun is right up our alley.
All right, we are at the half here from Warren Area High School's War Memorial. Well, it's not at Warren Area High School, but War Memorial Field in Warren.
Habit. That's a habit for
where
you.
Cambridge Springs leads Eisenhower 14-7 at the half. And Cody got a report that we're having trouble hearing your mic. So I'm going to let you go ahead with the stats that are brought to you by the Brooks Huard Ledbetter Sports Person of the Year Award. The Brooks Huard Ledbetter Sports Person of the Year Award and accompanying scholarship are awarded to an athlete who competed in at least one full season, either District 9 or District 10, who displayed qualities of being a good person, a leader, community-minded, and wanting to make a difference.
Yeah, hopefully we got that figured out.
Find out more at yourdailylocal.com/BHL award / and go ahead, Cody, with those stats.
Yeah, hopefully we got the mic issue figured out there. But we'll start with Eisenhower. Benji Bauer has 11 carries, 66 yards, one carry for over 20 yards. He's averaging 6.0 yards per carry, and he had a pretty confident, pretty stable first half. Behind him is Sean Pascuzzi with 3 carries for 32 yards, averaging 10.7 yards per carry, and Tucker Lindell has the rushing touchdown for the Knights that came in the second quarter. He has 4 carries and 14 yards. In total, the Knights have 20 carries for 103 yards, averaging 5.2 yards per carry. Pascuzzi is 3 for 6 passing, 10 yards in the first half, no INTs, no touchdowns. It's been pretty quiet in the passing game for the Knights. On the other side, for Cambridge Springs, Morgan Appleby has 4 carries for 17 yards, and he's 3 for 5 passing with 32 yards. He has a rushing touchdown and a passing touchdown. So Appleby certainly the scoring machine for the Blue Devils here in the in the first half. And Van Jones leads the rushing attack with 6 carries, 61 yards. He has a run over 20 yards, actually over 50 yards. He had that 53-yard carry. He's averaging 10.2 yards per carry. In total, Cambridge Springs has 17 rushes for 104 yards, averaging 6.1 yards per carry. So as of right now, Cambridge Springs is out-rushing Eisenhower. Complete contrast to what we saw earlier this year. And the leading receiver is Preston Gordon with 2 receptions for 22 yards.
All right, so those are your stats brought to you by the Brooks Huard Ledbetter Sports Person of the Year Award. Now it's time for the scoreboard brought to you by Swift Kennedy and Company. Visit them online at swiftkennedyandco.com. And scores, I'll get to the scores from last night first, because we had a trio of games, 2 in District 10 and 1 in District 9. District 10 Class 6A, it was McDowell all over Alderdice in a 6A sub-regional, 42-15. Also in District 10 last night, it was Grove City in a game I was at, came back from a 21-7 fourth quarter deficit to beat Sharon 22-21 in 3A semis, where they will meet Slippery Rock in the final, a 28-0 win over Hickory there for the Slippery Rock Rockets. So that'll be a rematch of last year's 3A title game between Slippery Rock and Grove City. And again, it was in the 3A title game in District 9 last night. It was Clearfield beating St. Mary's 13-7 to give Coach Tim Janoko another District 9 championship. Of course, Janoko, a coaching legend there for Clearfield, passed that love of coaching on to his son Andrew, the quarterback coach for the Chicago Bears. So congratulations to Clearfield. And getting to today's scores, earlier today, in District 9 in a game I called along with my buddy Sean Lathrop there over in Bradford. It was Port Allegheny defeating Keystone 18-6 in the District 9 Class 1A semifinal. And in the other District 9 Class 1A semifinal, an upset as number 3 seed Brockway knocks off number 2 seed Red Bank Valley 7-3. Red Bank Valley, not only the two-time defending District 9 champion, but the defending PIAA runner-up in Class A, got the state title game a year ago, did the Bulldogs. So there will be a new champion in District 9 Class 1A. In District 10 today, Class 4A sub-regional, it was Meadville all over University Prep, 40-12. So Meadville will go on to play Juniata next week, and that, again, a rematch from last season as well. That was won by the Bulldogs. In District 10 earlier today, it was Farrell all over Seneca, 48-6. And also in District 10 today, again, Reynolds, who will face the winner of this game, they beat Maplewood 44-6. And two other games going on right now, one in District 9, one in District 10. In District 10, Mercyhurst Prep, the 3 seed, leads Sharpsville, the 2 seed, 7-6 in the second quarter in their Class 2A semifinal. The winner will get Farrell for the title game. Farrell will win the District 10 title game for the 8th consecutive season. And in District 9, it is Central Clarion 14, Brookville nothing late in the second quarter in their Class 2A championship game. So that is your scoreboard, brought to you by Swift Kennedy and Company. Visit them online at swiftkennedyandco.com. Now it's time for our scoring summary, brought to you by Warren General Hospital. Warren General Hospital, exceptional care, exceptionally close at Warren General Hospital. And Cody, why don't you go ahead there with the scoring summary?
So in the first quarter, with 7 minutes and 4 seconds left to go, Appleby ran in for a 1-yard touchdown that had a Bryce Kenya point after. That was 8 plays, 46 yards, all on the ground for Cambridge Springs, certainly starting the game off, trying to make a statement in the rushing game. In the second quarter, with 10:02 to go, it was Tucker Lindell who got his own 1-yard touchdown run, and that was Cole Kellogg with the extra point. That was set up with a 22-yard Benji Bauer run, and there a little bit of help. Cambridge Springs was called for pass interference that gave the Knights a fresh set of downs inside the 5-yard line. With the 1:18 mark here in the second quarter, Preston Gorton caught a pass from Appleby and then ran 17 yards, dodging Eisenhower defenders. Bryce Kenya got the extra point there. That was set up with a 53-yard Van Jones run earlier in the drive. That's your scoring summary.
All right, so that scoring summary, again, brought to you by Warren General Hospital. Exceptional care, exceptionally close. We're going to take another quick break here. We'll be back with the keys to the second half. Cambridge Springs leading Eisenhower 14-7 at the half. You're watching high school football on the YDL Sports Network.
Hey, this is Joe.
And this is Sketty.
And we're the hosts of the Beehive Sports Podcast. You like uncut looks into all things sports?
If you said yes, then this is a sports show for you.
Live weekly shows broadcasted on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, covering everything from local sports in northwestern Pennsylvania all the way to the pros.
Not to mention the hottest takes you will ever hear. Follow us on all social media platforms and tune into episodes today.
For all your automotive needs, look no further than the Warren Tire Center. From new tires to tire repairs, PA state inspections, wheel alignments, and auto detailing, there's so much more that we can do for you, and there's no reason to go anywhere but the Warren Tire Center in Warren, Pennsylvania. With over 40 years of serving the Warren and surrounding communities, it's always been a great day at the Warren Tire Center. We offer same-day service and walk-ins are welcome. Open Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m., the Warren Tire Center can be reached at 814-723-8050 and on the web at warrentirecenter.com.
Located at 229 Liberty Street in downtown Warren, Freedom Investment Management Group has a passion for helping people manage and preserve their wealth. Partners Rob Maring and Dave Close, along with all the professionals at Freedom Investment Management Group, are committed to providing the highest level of service to our clients. Every member of our team is experienced, educated, and passionate. We intentionally maintain a low client-to-team member ratio so that we can consistently deliver concierge-like service. Simply put, we are not like many other wealth management firms. Come experience the difference. Visit us online at freedomwealthcoach.com.
Have a fender bender? Weekend Mender at Park Avenue Motor Car. Bring your vehicle to Ron and the crew at Park Avenue Motor Car, 7 South Carver Street in Warren, or call 814-726-9728. Park Avenue Motor Car, proudly serving Warren County for 30 years.
Whether retirement is just around the corner or years away, John Bongiovanni, Lucas Slazak, and Adam Jack of Generational Wealth Management in Erie and Bradford are here for you. John, a Forbes-recognized best-in-state wealth advisor, Lucas and Adam provide customized investment advisory solutions and retirement planning services. Generational Wealth Management offers world-class investment services and internationally recognized insurance products from Northwestern Mutual, an industry leader. The Generational Wealth Management team provides a high level of expertise and service to their professional and business clients. Contact the Erie office at 814-651-0838 or the Bradford office at 814-368-4065 or check them out online at gwm.nm.com.
Ready to break into a rewarding career? Elwood National Forge can help. Elwood National Forge produces critical defense-rated parts to all branches of the United States military, meaning each day our employees are doing their part to support the men and women protecting our country. With multiple positions currently available and several career paths to choose from, Elwood National Forge offers on-site and on-the-job training, competitive pay and benefits, including 401k and insurance that start the date of hire, paid time off, and long-term job security. We'd love to support you in building a career. To learn more about becoming part of the Elwood National Forge family, visit enfjobs.com.
What's the recipe for surprising the kids, treating yourself, and ditching dish duty? You're looking at it. Order your Pizza Hut faves like original pan, original stuffed crust, and more at pizzahut.com. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Icy Ink Screen Printing and Embroidery, located at 2043 Pennsylvania Avenue East in Warren. We offer screen printing and embroidery on apparel, as well as graphic design, web design, photography, and custom frames, and specialize in youth fundraisers. We also offer photography services and custom frames. Check out our Icebox stores online at icyink.com or give us a call at 814-688-0034. Let's meet, drink coffee, and design some cool shirts. Be cool, wear Icy.
Looking for a place to hone your skills in the off-season? How about just a friendly pickup game, or even a new league to join? Then head to the Hub at PF in Russell. An all-weather athletic facility, the Hub has everything you need to get your game on, from basketball and volleyball courts to indoor batting cages. And more than just an athletic facility, the Hub also plays host to special events like concerts and worship services. The Hub is a proud supporter of local athletes and wants to thank the community for all its support over the last 2 years.
All right, welcome back here to War Memorial Field in Warren, getting set for the start of second half action. Again, Cambridge Springs, the 4 seed, leading top seed Eisenhower, 14-7 here at the half. Time for the keys to the second half, brought to you by Icy Ink. Let's meet, drink coffee, and design some cool shirts. Be cool, wear Icy. Visit them online at icyynk.com. And Cody, what are you looking for here in the second half?
For Cambridge Springs, I think they need to just keep doing what they're doing. I mean, I've been very impressed here in the first half. They've come out and played pretty fundamentally sound football. The only big mistake they had was a pass interference that gave the Knights a fresh set of downs that led to a touchdown. But other than that, they've had success on the ground, more success on the ground by just a yard. But, 104 yards rushing in November compared to negative 28 in September is a significant flip in your offensive success. So if I'm Cambridge Springs, I don't do anything different. I keep doing what they've been doing, and that's where they've had success. On the Eisenhower side of things, defensively, they have got to tighten up front. They can't let Cambridge Springs get through that defensive line. That defensive line has been so strong and so tough all year long, and to see them get chewed up there in the first half is a little bit of an anomaly. And I witnessed myself. I know they can play better. So defensively, the Eisenhower Knights really need to step up.
So there you have it. Those are the keys to the second half, brought to you by Icy Ink in Warren. I want to thank all of our sponsors for helping you to bring tonight's broadcast. And again, the winner to get Reynolds in the District 10 title game next week. And, this score might surprise a few, but there have been a few surprising scores today. And that just playoff football, is a different animal. And Cambridge Springs maybe benefited from playing last week as opposed to Eisenhower having the week off. Who knows? But we shall see here in the second half. Certainly anyone's ball game, and Cambridge Springs has to be feeling pretty good about itself. But again, Eisenhower also undefeated for a reason. It all sets the stage for what should be a fantastic second half. Also, want to thank the Peppermill Restaurant in Warren. You can see their steak sub up there on the screen, and again, absolutely delicious. Had one yesterday among many, many, many good options there at the Peppermill. Folks in Warren County obviously know all about it, but if you get a chance, stop over to the Peppermill at 1505 Pennsylvania Avenue East in Warren, or give them a call, 814-723-4240.
Yeah, the longer we leave this this window open here, the better that Peppermill sounding.
So, getting set for the start of the third quarter here. It is Cambridge Springs 14, Eisenhower 7. Eisenhower will receive the second half kickoff. You want to thank everyone here at War Memorial Field, and I want to thank Warren Athletic Director Jeff White and all the fine folks here for the hospitality this evening. And I hope you've enjoyed all of our coverage here on D910 Sports and YDL Sports Network. As this is one of 4 broadcasts we've had for you today. And before we get started here in the second half, Cody, I want to give a shout out to Oswego Valley and Maplewood Volleyball, both winning today, setting up a District 9 versus District 10 showdown in the Western semifinal for the right to go to the state championship, with both of them winning today. So that's pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
As Cambridge Springs gets set to kick off, it will be Bryce Tanya kicking off for Cambridge Springs. Chambers back there along with Ekstrom and Pascuzzi for the Knights.
Now we've seen Cambridge Springs both squib kick it and kick it deep. Be interesting to see how they start this second half.
And there's the kick, and it's a squib, and that's picked up at about the 33-yard line, and taking it up across the 40
Mason Wonderling
for the Knights was Mason Wonderling. You're correct. So good starting field position here for Eisenhower as they will begin at their own 41 after their return by Wonderling. Again, start of the third quarter here. Third quarter brought to you by Freedom Investment Management Group. For all your financial needs, go to freedomwealthcoach.com. Freedom Wealth Management located at 229 Liberty Street in Warren. So 11:55 to go here as we start the second half. Pascuzzi from the shotgun. And he'll take off here, and he's going to be wrapped up for no gain. And a host of Blue Devils in on the play, and leading the charge for the Blue Devils was number 76, DeMarco Green, sophomore defensive end.
Look, I know they've had a little bit of success with Pascuzzi running in the first half, but your run game, it goes through Benji Bauer, it goes through Tucker Lindell and Keegan Ekstrom. The Sean Pascuzzi runs should really take advantage of the defense.
As there's Bauer powering his way out to about the 48, maybe the 49. That'll set up a third and short for Eisenhower. This third down brought to you by Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. When you get backed up, call Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and AC.
Yeah, when that defense starts playing Bauer and Tucker and trying to get ahead of those guys, that's when Pascuzzi can take advantage of a lane in the other direction.
So 3rd and 2 for the Knights, 10:50 to go, running third quarter clock. Pascuzzi sends 3 receivers to the near side, and he'll take off here. Pascuzzi's going to have the first down and then some inside the Cambridge Springs 40, down to about the 39. And there you go, Cody. There's Pascuzzi taking off on that third down run, and that'll be a tie nest of Builder Supply first down for the Knights.
Yeah, off the heels of a Benji Bauer 8-yard gain.
Yep, so mixing it up here for Eisenhower. So 1st and 10 for the Knights from the Cambridge Springs 38. Here's Pascuzzi. He'll look to throw. Looking for bunk.
Dangerous.
And that play was broken up by the Blue Devils. Did I get a number on that?
It was a big man. I can tell you
Big
that.
man.
It was a big
Big
man.
man coming up with the play.
You know, that's multiple times so far this game that we've seen the Blue Devils defensive line just blow right past Eisenhower's offensive line. And I said before the game that it was such a different atmosphere in week 2 where Eisenhower's offensive line pretty much dominated.
So 2nd and 10 for the Knights. Here's Pascuzzi rolling. This is a designed run all the way. Pascuzzi, and this is going to come back on a hold. Yeah, so this is going to be a penalty on Eisenhower. And Pascuzzi is going to have a modest gain there of a couple. But again, this with 10:15 to go here in the Freedom Investment Management Group third quarter. And we have a man coming limping off the field for the Knights.
Connor Younger?
That was Connor Younger at 51.
Yeah, and he's a big part of that Knights defense.
Yeah, big part of their defense and an anchor on that offensive line as well. So that is something to monitor there for Eisenhower as Connor Younger comes out of the game. As Garrett Jensen, boy, and Eisenhower better hurry up as Jensen just now running the play and down to 16 seconds on the play clock, 10:03 on a running third quarter clock. And here's Pascuzzi on 2nd and long. Pascuzzi looking, got a man out there, and that is going to be intercepted by Caden Boozer. Pascuzzi was looking for Bunk. Boozer right there for the interception. Thank you, Rita, for that comment. Better audio now. We appreciate the feedback. As Caden Boozer intercepts the Sean Pascuzzi pass. So a turnover for the Blue Devils, and they set up shop 1st and 10 from their own 35 with 9:48 to go here in the third quarter.
Yeah, that's brutal for Eisenhower. They really needed to come out and at least have a long drive to pin them deep.
And here's a pitch back to Van Jones. He's got some room across the right side. He's out to about the 40. So called a gain of 5 for Van Jones. And he's having a big game here. 9:30 to go, running third quarter clock. Cambridge Springs 2nd and 5 from their own 40.
Yeah, Van Jones, 7 carries, 66 yards, averaging 7.6 yards per carry so far today.
Appleby sends 2 receivers to the near side. And no, that's actually Kanya on the direct snap, Brett Kanya, and he's going to be close to first down yardage out around the 45-yard line. And they're going to mark him actually at the 44. So with 9 minutes to go on a running third quarter clock, Cambridge Springs 3rd and 1 from their own 44 after the Caden Boozer interception. Canassi split out to the right. Appleby has Jones with him in the backfield. And this is going to be a give to Van Jones. And Jones is across the right side. He's going to have the necessary yardage for a first down. So Van Jones out to the 47. 1st and 10 Cambridge Springs. 8:38 to go here in the third quarter.
Once again, 50-50, John. We're still looking. This will be our last call here for ticket number 2.
So 1st and 10 for the Blue Devils up there at Tide Nesta Builder Supply first down. It's like Kanya back there. He'll take the direct snap and goes right up the middle. Was stopped initially. Did a good job on the second effort to get about 3 yards out to midfield. So called a gain of 3. That'll set up a 2nd and 7 for Cambridge Springs from midfield. 8 minutes to go here, running third quarter clock. As Chris Bunk comes out of the game for Eisenhower.
Cambridge Springs is up to 121 yards on the ground.
And Bunk looked like a little bit of a limp there as well. So here's the snap. Appleby gives to Van Jones. This time Jones is going to be taken down for a loss. And he loses a couple on that play. So big play there for the Eisenhower defense. Will set up a Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning 3rd and 9 for the Blue Devils.
And this would be a huge stop for Eisenhower. They're certainly not in 4-down territory here after a disappointing opening drive here in the second half, being able to have that defense step up and hold them on 3rd and 9 would be crucial.
2 receivers far side, 2 near side. Appleby has Jones sidecar with him. Excuse me, Kanya. Appleby back to pass. That pass is complete to Jones, and he's going to have the first down to the Eisenhower 40-yard line. So Van Jones continuing to make plays for Cambridge Springs. As Cambridge Springs picks up the tie nest of Builder Supply, first down at the Eisenhower 40 with 7:02 to go here in the third quarter. But Appleby will go empty this time. 2 receivers to each side. Appleby looking, got a clean pocket to throw from, and that pass is going to be intercepted by Benji Bauer. Benji Bauer takes it out about the 45, and we have a flag over here on the near side, well away from the play.
Yeah.
And now another flag. And we have a man down for Cambridge Springs. As it stands now, an interception for Benji Bauer, but we will check the penalty flag. And I apologize, I can't tell who that is down for the Blue Devils.
Under 7 minutes to go.
It might be Bryce Kanya.
That's what I saw, number 2.
Yep, so it is Bryce Kanya down there for the Blue Devils. And Connor Young are back in the game for Eisenhower, by the way, as the officials huddle together. So a big call coming up here.
Yeah, and if this play stands, Benji Bauer had an interception and a sack in the first time these two teams met.
And Kanya gets up under his own power. That's great to see. Now we check the flag. Well, no, here's the call. Pass interference on Eisenhower. Again, Cody, that flag was thrown to the opposite end of where the play was. A huge penalty wipes away the interception by Benji Bauer and gives Cambridge Springs a first down. This should be at the Eisenhower 25.
Yeah, that's brutal.
So 1st and 10 for the Blue Devils, driving now at the Eisenhower 25.
And it certainly puts the Blue Devils in 4-down territory.
Sure. And Kanya will take the direct snap here, goes up the middle, and again, hit initially, able to pick up some extra yards. But great second effort by the young Cambridge Springs running back. And they're going to mark it here at the 21. So a gain of 4 after he was initially stopped right around the line of scrimmage will bring up a 2nd and 6 for the Blue Devils. 6:30 to go here, running third quarter clock. So Blue Devils with a 2nd and 6 here from the Eisenhower 21. Appleby will send 2 receivers to the near side and have Kanya sidecar left. And Appleby looking, got a man out there, Kanasi off his hands, incomplete.
Boy, that play was there too.
It was just a touch off there for the Blue Devils. Appleby's pass there to Kanasi. They'll set up a 3rd and 6 from the Eisenhower 21. And to your point, Cody, this is 4-down territory for the Blue Devils.
Yeah, certainly.
6:07 to go here in the third quarter. Appleby with an empty backfield. Appleby looking now. He's going to be pressured, and he's going to be taken down by Chris Bunk. Well, I'll tell you what, Chris Bunk came around, just got a great jump off the edge there for the sack, and a huge play for the Eisenhower defense.
Yeah, they really needed that. I mean, it doesn't change that it's 4-down territory, but now it's 4th and 11, significantly different than what it could have been.
Sure. And 5:40 to go here on a running third quarter clock. Ball sitting at the Eisenhower 26-yard line for the Blue Devils. As Appleby comes in with the play. Still plenty of time on the play clock, 20 seconds. Appleby will send trips to the near side. Well, 2 receivers near side, 2 far side now. And here's Appleby looking. Got a man out there, and that is going to be caught. Touchdown, Blue Devils. Did you get a number on that, Cody?
I couldn't quite see who that was either.
Well, we'll check the touchdown there. But nevertheless, it's a touchdown for the Blue Devils. Oh, no, well, hold everything here. We have a penalty against Cambridge Springs. Wow. So 2 huge penalties on this drive. First, the Bauer interception negated by a penalty, and now a Cambridge Springs touchdown wiped out.
Yeah, that both teams have now dodged major bullets. Eisenhower
and
probably more
won
so.
both way.
Yeah. And that defender back there on that pass, he had a bead on it and had turned around, but he stopped about a yard shy of where he needed to be. Just misread it a little bit.
So 5:08 to go here in the third quarter. And what do we got here? We have a timeout, Cambridge Springs. We'll take a quick one with them and be right back. You're watching high school football on the YDL Sports Network.
Hi, Chris Rossetti here from D9and10sports.com. I wanted to take a second to tell you about one of the best restaurants in all of Western Pennsylvania, the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg, PA. With indoor and outdoor dining, you can enjoy prime rib all weekend long, or perhaps it is their full wings served on Thursday wing nights that you're after. From celebrating a special occasion to hanging out with family and friends, the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg is the place to be. As they like to say, you come for the food and you stay for the view. Reserve your table today at AlleghenyGrill.com.
What's the recipe for surprising the kids, treating yourself, and ditching dish duty? You're looking at it. Order your Pizza Hut faves like original pan, original stuffed crust, and more at pizzahut.com. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
All right, so back here at War Memorial Field in Warren, 5:08 to go, third quarter. A Cambridge Springs touchdown was just wiped out with a penalty. Fourth and call it 16 now from the Eisenhower 31. Blue Devils need the Eisenhower 15 for a first down. Appleby will work from the empty backfield, 2 receivers to each side. Here's the pass, Appleby rolling. Now he's looking, now he's flushed, and he's going to be taken down for a sack. And Eisenhower will take over on downs.
Yeah, when that defensive front needed to step up, and they've done it multiple times throughout the game, they've stepped up, and that was a great play. And you got to remember, Appleby in that first meeting threw for 145 yards and 2 touchdowns, so he's more than capable of making that 16-yard pass play. He already has a 17-yard touchdown tonight.
So a lot happening on that drive, but at the end of the day, the score remains the same. It's 14-7 Cambridge Springs. 5:02 to go, third quarter. Eisenhower first and 10 from their own 32. Pascuzzi, full house backfield, give up the middle, Lindell. Lindell rumbles for a first down. Tucker Lindell, a gain of 11 to the 43, and that's a tie nest of Builder's Supply, first down for the Knights.
And maybe it's Tucker Lindell time where they just go straight power up the gut, no tricks, no misdirections.
So first and 10 for Eisenhower from their own 44. 4:43 to go, running third quarter clock. Third quarter brought to you by Freedom Investment Management Group in Warren. And here's the give to Bauer. He follows a block from Lindell, and he's out to the 49. So call it a gain of 5, a healthy gain there for Bauer. Several Blue Devils in there on the tackle. So second and, well, we'll call it again a 4.5, but as Jacob Zach comes in with the play for the Knights, 4:11 to go, running third quarter clock.
Benji Bauer with 13 carries, 79 yards, 6.3 yards per carry. He has 13 yards this half.
Eisenhower lines up here. Lindell at fullback, Bauer running back, Pascuzzi under center. Here's the pitch to Bauer, and he's got some room. Benji Bauer going to be right near the first down stick, and I think, judging by the spot there, he will have it.
Right on it. Yeah, Bauer, he took that wide sweep there and picked up steam, and they weren't going to stop him with an arm tackle.
So 1st and 10, Eisenhower at the Cambridge Springs 46, 3:45 to go here on a running third quarter clock. Pascuzzi comes under center. Again, Lindell and Bauer in the backfield. Here comes the motion man at Ekstrom. That's Pascuzzi. Takes it himself, and he's got a big gain down to the Cambridge Springs 33-yard line. So I think Sean Pascuzzi kind of catching the Cambridge Springs defense off guard there a little bit.
And that's where I like to see him run, when they start getting ready for Bauer and Tucker to either run up the gut or around the end. And Pascuzzi can fake that handoff and then find the lane and just go at it full speed. I think that's the best way to utilize him. He has 2 13-yard carries so far here in the second half.
3:10 to go here in the third quarter. Here's another give to Bauer. Bauer across the 30 down to about the 27. And call it a gain of about 4 as the clock ticks under 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter. As ball marked at the Cambridge Springs 28 here. Eisenhower on the move. And Connor Young was gesturing rather animatedly towards the sideline to get the play. And here comes Garrett Jensen.
Well, they have momentum, and he knows that. They want to keep this momentum. You got the defense on their heels. Let's keep pounding them.
Yep. Pascuzzi has Lindell and Bauer in the backfield, receivers to each side. And we're going to get a false start here on the Knights.
And that will take away momentum very quickly if it continues.
So 2nd and 11 now for Eisenhower from the Cambridge Springs 33. 2:24 to go here in the third quarter.
Yeah, you got Benji Bauer. He's creeping up on 100 yards. He's 12 yards shy right now. Sean Pascuzzi has 7 carries for 60 yards, 28 of those here in the second half.
All right, so Pascuzzi from the gun this time has Bauer sidecar. Mikey Beaver went in motion there, and what are we going to have here? Timeout Eisenhower, their first of the half. We'll take one with them and be right back with 1:58 to go in the third quarter. Cambridge Springs 14, Eisenhower 7. You're watching high school football on the YDL Sports Network, powered by the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg.
Located at 229 Liberty Street in downtown Warren, Freedom Investment Management Group has a passion for helping people manage and preserve their wealth. Partners Rob Maring and Dave Close, along with all the professionals at Freedom Investment Management Group, are committed to providing the highest level of service to our clients. Every member of our team is experienced, educated, and passionate. We intentionally maintain a low client-to-team member ratio so that we can consistently deliver concierge-like service. Simply put, we are not like many other wealth management firms. Come experience the difference. Visit us online at freedomwealthcoach.com.
All right, back here at War Memorial Field in Warren, Cambridge Springs leading Eisenhower 14-7, 1:58 to go in the third quarter. Eisenhower facing a 2nd and 11 here after their timeout at the Cambridge Springs 33-yard line. So you'll see what gets dialed up here as Coach Nate Liberty's Cambridge Springs Blue Devils have the edge right now on Jim Penley and the Eisenhower Knights. Pascuzzi under center. Jacobs split out to the right. Lindell and Bauer in the backfield. And here's a fake, and Pascuzzi rolling. Now he's looking. Got room to run. Pascuzzi, takes a big shot, but keeps on running inside the 20, down to about the 18.
That's why I keep saying he's a former running back. He's not afraid to take on defenders.
So what a run there by Sean Pascuzzi. Picks up about 14. Well, no, they're going to mark it as 16. So a gain of 17 for Sean Pascuzzi. And again, 1:45 to go here, running third quarter clock. Eisenhower has entered the Pizza Hut red zone. Ball sitting on the Cambridge Springs 17-yard line. Pascuzzi under center. And here's the pitch to Bauer. Bauer gets a block from Bunk. He's inside the 15. to about the 12-yard line. So gain of about 5 there for Bauer. 1:15 to go here, third quarter. Eisenhower knocking on the door here, trying to get the equalizer.
This is such a huge score, especially to get before the fourth quarter. Go into that fourth quarter, be a whole new ball game, tied up.
Pascuzzi gives up the middle. Lindell powers towards the goal line, and he is in for the touchdown.
He lost that ball right at the end there, but he got into the end zone. Must have been just moments before that ball slipped out.
Tucker Lindell, 12-yard touchdown run, and Eisenhower is an extra point away from tying this game with 49 seconds to go in the third quarter. So that touchdown run brought to you by the Pepper Mill Restaurant in Warren. As well, we'll get to that here after the. Oh, and Eisenhower, I'll tell you, they're going for 2 here. Eisenhower going for 2. Pascuzzi under center. There's a fake. Pascuzzi looking, and now he's going to run, and he is in for the 2-point conversion. Eisenhower takes a 15-14 lead with 49 seconds to go. But there's a flag down, so hold everything.
Certainly a gutsy call going for 2.
Let's check the flag. Flag down around the 6-yard line. And another big call coming up here. Personal foul against Eisenhower.
That's going to put him back.
So, boy, what do you do here?
Now they're really in a pickle. That's a ways to go for a 2-point conversion, but it's also a ways to go for their kicker Cole Kellogg.
Yep, so that touchdown brought to you by the Pepper Mill. Score yourself and your family a touchdown with a great family meal at the Pepper Mill. Stop in at 1505 Pennsylvania Avenue East or call 814-723-4240 for takeout. So the ball now sitting at the 20-yard line, and the Knights will go for 2. Pascuzzi has Bauer with them in the backfield. Pascuzzi, he's got Bunk single coverage. He's looking that way. Bunk, that is incomplete coverage by Canasi. No flag on the play.
Yeah.
And
the crowd here is quite animated, but I saw both receiver and defender both going for the ball. A little bit of bumping by both of them.
All right, so we'll take a break with 49 seconds to go in the third quarter. Cambridge Springs 14, Eisenhower 13.
For all your automotive needs, look no further than the Warren Tire Center. From new tires to tire repairs, PA state inspections, wheel alignments, and auto detailing, there's so much more that we can do for you, and there's no reason to go anywhere but the Warren Tire Center in Warren, Pennsylvania. With over 40 years of serving the Warren and surrounding communities, it's always been a great day at the Warren Tire Center. We offer same-day service and walk-ins are welcome. Open Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. The Warren Tire Center can be reached at 814-723-8050 and on the web at warrentirecenter.com.
So welcome back to War Memorial Field in Warren. Eisenhower gets a touchdown, goes for 2, but a penalty brings it back and to the 20-yard line. The attempt no good. So Cambridge Springs still leads by 1, 14-13. 49 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Knights to kick off. And here is the kick, and it's squibbed and taken there.
Line drive.
About the 35, and out to the 45 is Nate Yonkin for Cambridge Springs. And so, again, good starting field position for the Blue Devils.
Yeah, that was a little less than a squib kick and more of a line drive right to the return man.
Yeah, and Yonkin did a nice job there. But, again, this has kind of been the typical starting field position for Cambridge Springs.
Yeah, I in covering Eisenhower games throughout the last several years, there are games I love their squib kick, and there are games where I wish they wouldn't do it.
So here's Appleby from the shotgun. Appleby will take it, makes a man miss. He's out to the 49-yard line. So gain of 4 for Morgan Appleby on first down. And we'll see if Cambridge Springs runs another play. They don't have to with 25 seconds to go here in the third quarter.
I have to imagine they're going to want to run as much time off the clock as they can with it only being a 1-point game. Eisenhower's defense has stopped them in this half.
All right, so that will be the end of the third quarter. We'll be back from Moore Memorial Field. Your score, Cambridge Springs 14, Eisenhower 13. You're watching high school football on the YDL Sports Network, powered by the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg.
Do you know an athlete who goes above and beyond in competition in their life? One who shows sportsmanship, compassion for others? The Brooks Huar Lebeter Sportsperson of the Year Award is made for them. The Brooks Huar Lebeter Sportsperson of the Year Award is for a high school athlete who has competed in at least one full season in either District 9 or District 10, and who displays the qualities of being a good person, leader, community-minded, and wanting to make a difference. To donate to the Scholarship Fund or to find out more about the award, go to yourdailylocal.com/BHL Award.
Hey, this is Joe.
And this is Sketty.
And we're the hosts of the Beehive Sports Podcast. You like uncut looks into all things sports?
If you said yes, then this is a sports show for you.
Live weekly shows broadcasted on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, covering everything from local sports in northwestern Pennsylvania all the way to the pros.
Not to mention the hottest takes you will ever hear. Follow us on all social media platforms and tune into episodes today.
All right, so back here, start of the fourth quarter. There's a carry. I think that was that Lindell up the middle? Or no, I'm sorry, Lindell. Bryce Kenya. Cambridge Springs has the ball. Obviously.
Boy, that would really change things up.
All right, excuse me, folks. First play of the fourth quarter, Kenya picks up a couple. That'll set up a Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning third and about 3 for Cambridge Springs from the Eisenhower 48. 11:29 to go, running clock here in the fourth quarter. Fourth-seeded Cambridge Springs up by 1 on top seed Eisenhower. Appleby, empty backfield from the shotgun. Appleby looks, got a man out there. That's caught by Bryce Kenya.
That's right at the first down.
Right at the sticks. I think he's got it based on the spot. And so Bryce Kenya with the first down reception right at the Eisenhower 45. 11:13 to go here, running fourth quarter clock.
And again, another nice, simple pass by Appleby. Just gets right past the jumping defender there. He hasn't had to do too much tonight, but he's really the several passes that he's completed have been pretty accurate.
Appleby again from the shotgun. He'll give off to Van Jones this time, and Jones. I'll tell you what, he's going to lose.
He should have went down
there.
Yeah.
Chris Bunk with the initial pressure on the play, and Jones is going to go down for a loss of 9 yards. Yep, so Bunk had him for about a loss of 3. Jones, to his credit, spun out of it, but a whole host of Knights were there to drive him back for an even bigger loss.
Yeah, I was just ready to interject my amazement on how he got out of that tackle for a loss, and then the Knights defense swarmed him.
So 2nd and 19 here for Cambridge Springs, back now at their own 46. Full house backfield. Appleby back to pass. He's got a man wide open. It's Gorton. Gorton inside the 20, inside the 10, and he will score. Preston Gorton, a 54-yard touchdown reception. There are flags on the field. Hold everything at about the 22-yard line.
That's right where Gorton broke, right about where he broke free, or right behind where he broke free.
And now the officials are marching back towards the goal line. So I'm not
unless it was defensive holding, and Gorton was able to break out of it.
I guess they're okay. So Okay, so a sideline warning, is that what? Oh, yeah, sideline warning on Cambridge Springs. Touchdown will stand. Appleby to Gorton, 54 yards, and Cambridge Springs up 20 to 13 pending the Bryce Kanya extra point. Kanya, and the kick is blocked. And so a big play there. But that touchdown brought to you by the Pepper Mill in Warren gives Cambridge Springs a 20 to 13 lead here with 9:59 to go in the fourth quarter. Score yourself and your family a touchdown with a great family meal at Pepper Mill. Stop in at 1505 Pennsylvania Avenue East or call 814-723-4240 for takeout. So Appleby to Gorton. It's 20 to 13. Cambridge Springs with 9:59 to go in the fourth quarter. And
yeah, and you know, I was touching on it a little bit ago. Appleby is not having a huge game, but he's having a quietly good game. He's 6 for 9, 102 yards, 67% completion percentage. Gorton has 2 touchdowns now, and he has 3 receptions for 76 yards. And it's that passing game. You know, the rushing attack was a little bit of a surprise in the first half, but I anticipated the passing attack to strike Eisenhower's defense sooner or later, and boy, does it come at probably the worst time for the Knights.
Yep. And boy, like you said, Appleby playing a whale of a game. Blue Devils up 7. Again, we'll see if that block PAT ends up meaning anything here. Still plenty of time left. 9:59 this fourth quarter. Brought to you by the Warren Tire Center.
Well, and you know, you go back and you kind of relook at things in 2020 hindsight vision. Had Eisenhower kicked after their touchdown, they would be down by 6. So,
and the kick is squibbed down to about the 25, picked up there, and up to about the 34, 30. No, where are they going to spot? About the 33. So that's where Eisenhower will take over. 1st and 10 with 9:53 to go here in the Warren Tire Center fourth quarter. For all your automotive needs, look no further than the Warren Tire Center. From new tires, tire repairs, PA state inspections, wheel alignments, and auto detailing, and so much more. There's no reason to go anywhere but the Warren Tire Center. Check them out online at warrentirecenter.com. So,
plenty of time left.
Yep, Eisenhower down 7. Cambridge Springs 20. Eisenhower 13. 9:53 to go in the fourth quarter. Eisenhower 1st and 10 from their own 33. Pascuzzi back to pass. He's got a man out there. That's Bunk. Bunk out to the 40-yard line on a gain of 7. So Pascuzzi to Bunk. That'll set up a 2nd and 3 for the Knights from their own 40-yard line. 9:33 to go here, running fourth quarter clock. As Garrett Jensen runs the play in for Eisenhower. Jensen will come to the near side, split out. Pascuzzi under center, Lindell and Bauer in the backfield. He'll give to Bauer. Bauer's going to have the first down and more out to about the 47-yard line. Gain of 7 for Benji Bauer, and that's a tie Nesta Builder's Supply. First down for the Knights. Right, so Jacobzak now bringing the play in for the Knights. 9 minutes to go here, running fourth quarter clock from War Memorial Field in Warren.
That carry there put Bauer over right at 100 yards so far in today's game.
And Pascuzzi's going to sneak it. He's across midfield. And did that ball come out?
It looked like it.
Pascuzzi down to the Cambridge Springs 47. Second, I think that ball did come out.
I think he fell. He or what's that? I think he or Lindell must have fallen on it because they were right there. But I'm with you, Andy. I saw that ball slip out right underneath him.
Yep. So 2nd and call it 4 for the Knights after the gain of 6 by Pascuzzi. 8:15 to go here, running fourth quarter clock. Here's the snap. The give is to Bauer. Bauer has the first down. Down to the Cambridge Springs, about the 41-yard line is where they're going to put it. So Benji Bauer with the first down for Eisenhower, and they are on the move here in Cambridge Springs territory at the 41-yard line.
Yeah, and I like what the Knights are doing here. They're just going to work right now. There's nothing fancy, nothing elaborate. They're just going to work. Pascuzzi had a little pass to kick the drive off, and then it's just been some pretty simple runs and driving down the field. They're eating up that clock. This is exactly, if you're the Knights and you do score, this is exactly how you want to do it.
So 1st and 10 from the 41. Here's the give to Bauer. Bauer down to about the 36. That's a gain of 5 for Benji Bauer. And again, Knights turning to their run game here, trailing by a touchdown against Cambridge Springs. 7:15 to go, fourth quarter.
19 carries, 112 yards for Bauer. He's averaging 5.9 yards per carry. The Knights are at 223 yards on the ground so far this game.
2nd and 5 for Eisenhower from the Cambridge Springs 36. Ekstrom the wing, Lindell and Bauer in the backfield. This is going to be a give to Ekstrom. Ekstrom looking to get the corner, and he's out of bounds near the first down marker. I think he's going to be just short.
And that's a good play call because, like I just saying a couple plays ago, they've kept it pretty straightforward. A little misdirection there. Keep the defense on their toes. And Keegan Ekstrom's a kid that we've seen many times take one of those plays and go 40 yards. So he certainly has the potential to do so.
So 3rd and about a yard and a half here for the Knights. Ball sitting on the Cambridge Springs 33. And again, Ekstrom comes in motion. The give this time is to Bauer. Bauer has the first down and more inside the 20 and into the Pizza Hut red zone goes Benji Bauer with 6:42 to go in the fourth quarter. Benji Bauer down to the Cambridge Springs 18-yard line. So again, just going to Benji Bauer here are the Knights. And here's the give, and that's Pascuzzi on the keep, and he's going to be down around the 10-yard line. So that'll set up a 2nd and about 1 for Eisenhower. Ball sitting at the Cambridge Springs 10-yard line.
And now you have Pascuzzi creeping up on 100 yards. He has 10 carries, 91 yards. He actually is averaging 9.5 yards per carry today.
All right, so we're going to get a timeout. Cambridge Springs will take one with them and be right back. You're watching high school football on the YDL Sports Network, powered by the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg.
For all your automotive needs, look no further than the Warren Tire Center. From new tires to tire repairs, PA state inspections, wheel alignments, and auto detailing, there's so much more that we can do for you, and there's no reason to go anywhere but the Warren Tire Center in Warren, Pennsylvania. With over 40 years of serving the Warren and surrounding communities, it's always been a great day at the Warren Tire Center. We offer same-day service and walk-ins are welcome. Open Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m., the Warren Tire Center can be reached at 814-723-8050 and on the web at warrentirecenter.com.
Okay, so welcome back here to War Memorial Field in Warren. Cambridge Springs 20, Eisenhower 13. Eisenhower with a 2nd and 2 from the Cambridge Springs 10-yard line. As both teams take the field here now after the timeout. All right, so here we go. 5:54 to go, fourth quarter. 2nd and 2 from the 10. Pascuzzi. The give is to Bauer. Bauer is going to rumble into the end zone.
Oh, he wanted it. You can tell.
The Eisenhower touchdown. Benji Bauer, and it is 20-19 with 5:50 to go in the fourth quarter. And we will see what Eisenhower decides to do here. Do they kick or do they go for 2?
Well, let's take a look back.
I think they're going for 2.
When they went for 2 before, they got it. There was just a penalty that negated it.
And would you go anywhere else but Benji Bauer here?
Well, that last play they called, Sean Pascuzzi went around the end, but I don't think that's going to work again. So I think you go Tucker Lindell.
All right, so here we go. 2-point conversion. There's the give. Bauer is stuffed. Bauer is stuffed, and Cambridge Springs maintains a 1-point advantage. It's Cambridge Springs 20, Eisenhower 19, 5:50 to go, fourth quarter. We'll be right back. You're watching high school football on the YDL Sports Network, powered by the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg.
Icy Ink Screen Printing and Embroidery, located at 2043 Pennsylvania Avenue East in Warren. We offer screen printing and embroidery on apparel, as well as graphic design, web design, photography, and custom frames, and specialize in youth fundraisers. We also offer photography services and custom frames. Check out our Icebox stores online at icyink.com or give us a call at 814-688-0034. Let's meet, drink coffee, and design some cool shirts. Be cool, wear Icy.
All right, welcome back to War Memorial Field here in Warren. Benji Bauer with the 10-yard touchdown run for the Knights, but Cambridge Springs stops the 2-point conversion. Blue Devils lead by 1, 20-19, 5:50 to go here in the Warren Tire Center fourth quarter. So what does Eisenhower do here on the kickoff now?
I think you kick it deep. I don't see how you can give them the ball at the 45-yard line or the 40-yard line. Then they only, they're looking at all they got to go is 60 yards. I think you kick it deep, and then if you can try to force a turnover on downs, you're not getting the ball back in your own 20-yard line. You're getting the ball back at your own 40 or your own 30, and it's a lot more manageable with the time that'll be left.
All right, so here we go. Here's the kickoff for the Knights. It is squibbed down to about the 27 and wrapped up there. So Cambridge Springs will take over about the 28, actually, 1st and 10. And that's a far cry from the last few drives.
Yeah. Of all the squib kicks that they've had tonight, that is certainly the most successful.
So still plenty of time, 5:47 to go. Cambridge Springs with 1 timeout remaining, Eisenhower with 2. 5:47 here in the Warren Tire Center fourth quarter. So we'll see what the Blue Devils do here, leading by 1. The 4-seeded Blue Devils against the top seed and unbeaten Eisenhower Knights, District 10 Class 1A semifinal winner to get Reynolds in the title game next week.
I think you'll see him be aggressive.
There's Kanya, and he's going to make a man miss and down out to about the 35-yard line. Boy, he is elusive. So gain of 7 for Kanya, and that'll set up a 2nd and 3. 5:27 to go here, running fourth quarter clock.
And that's something we need to watch is that clock. Eisenhower not only needs to stop them, they need to stop them and ensure that they have enough time to get the offense to go down the field.
All right, so from the gun now, we'll go to Blue Devils as they're running clock now. The clock hits the 5-minute mark. Appleby takes a shotgun snap. Here's the give to Van Jones, and he's going to be stuffed right at the line of scrimmage.
Might have even. They gave him a pretty good spot.
And Aiken and Bunk in on the tackle for the Knights. That'll set up a 3rd and 3 here.
This is huge for Eisenhower because they are certainly not in 4-down territory.
Nope. 4:35 to go, running fourth quarter clock.
If you can force a punt here, you're looking at probably getting your ball back around the 30, 40-yard line.
So we'll see what the Blue Devils decide to do here on 3rd and 3. Appleby under center, full house backfield. And there's the pitch to Van Jones. Jones is going to be swallowed up for a loss, and that'll set up 4th down. So Eisenhower gets the stop they needed as the clock ticks under 4 minutes to go here in the Warren Tire Center fourth quarter.
And that is exactly what, if Eisenhower could have drawn it up any better, it would have been a turnover. That's exactly what the Knights needed from their defense. They forced a punt now, and like I said, they're going to be looking at getting the ball back probably around their own 30-yard line. Will be their field position, assuming it's a pretty decent punt.
Cambridge Springs has just used their final timeout, leading 20-19 with 3:38 to go, facing a 4th and 8.
You don't think they're going to fake it here, do you?
Oh, I don't think so. I think that was
as entertaining as it would be.
I think that was more of a personnel issue, but
that could come back to haunt them if Eisenhower can go back and down the field and they score. There's not going to be much time left on the clock, if any.
No, so the ball's sitting on the 30-yard line. 3:38 to go here in the fourth quarter. Eisenhower figures to get decent field position here as Pascuzzi will go back deep for the Knights. And Jensen kind of more the up man there. As Brett Kanya will be in punt formation for the Blue Devils. So Kanya back in punt formation. There's a snap, high snap, and Kanya gets it away, and that's going to bounce and take an Eisenhower bounce and roll out at about the 40-yard line. Ooh, a nice job there by Kanya to get that high snap, and it will be 1st and 10 Eisenhower at their own 40 with 3:30 to go in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and this is certainly so. If you're Eisenhower coming out here, I don't think, you have to be in a little bit of a hurry, roll with your momentum, but you certainly can run the ball. You're going to have to mix in passes more often than you normally do, but the running game is certainly not negated with 3:30 left to go. You almost want to run some more time off the clock.
Sure. So Eisenhower again with 2 timeouts left. Cambridge Springs is out of timeout. The Blue Devils lead by 1. 3:30 to go here, fourth quarter. There's Pascuzzi back to pass. He's looking. Now he's flushed. And he's got a man out there that's incomplete. He was looking for Benji Bauer. So the Knights electing to throw it there on first down. We got a flag over on the far side of the field.
We got a flag down on the far side. There's another flag down.
And flag sitting at the 42-yard line.
Laundry all over the place.
I didn't see it because it happened away from us. So I'm not even going to speculate as to what that might be. An eligible man downfield on Eisenhower.
Oh.
So that will back up the Knights. 5 yards and now a 1st and 15 for Eisenhower from their own 35. 3:24 to go. Fourth quarter. Jensen brings in the play for the Knights.
Well, they get to replay the down. The clock stopped. They only lost 5 yards.
And here's Pascuzzi keeping it himself, and that has worked effectively tonight for Eisenhower. Gain of about 7. Call it 8, actually. Well, call it 7. Out to the 42. So they'll set up a 2nd and 8 for Eisenhower from their own 42 as the clock hits 3 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter from War Memorial Field in Warren. Pascuzzi under center. Pitch to Bauer. Coming here left side. Bauer across midfield.
There he goes.
Benji Bauer. Benji Bauer will score. Benji Bauer, 58 yards for the Eisenhower go-ahead touchdown with 2:39 to play. 58-yard touchdown run for Benji Bauer. And now, does Eisenhower kick or do they go for 2? They will send the offense out on the field to go for 2 as Jensen brings the play in. On the 58-yard touchdown run by Benji Bauer, 2:39 to go, Ike leads. Here is the 2-point conversion attempt. Pascuzzi under center. There's the give. Bauer. He is stopped short. So a stop there for the Blue Devil defense on the 2-point conversion. But Benji Bauer's touchdown run of 58 yards with 2:39 to go here in the fourth quarter gives Eisenhower the lead 25-20. We'll be right back. You're watching high school football on the YDL Sports Network, powered by the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg.
Hi, Chris Rossetti here from D9and10sports.com. I wanted to take a second to tell you about one of the best restaurants in all of Western Pennsylvania, the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg, PA. With indoor and outdoor dining, you can enjoy prime rib all weekend long, or perhaps it is their full wings served on Thursday wing nights that you're after. From celebrating a special occasion to hanging out with family and friends, the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg is the place to be. As they like to say, you come for the food and you stay for the view. Reserve your table today at AlleghenyGrill.com.
Welcome back here to War Memorial Field in Warren, where Eisenhower has just taken the lead 25-20 on Benji Bauer's 58-yard touchdown run with 2:39 to go.
Benji Bauer has 22 carries, 195 yards, averaging 8.9 yards per carry.
And boy, you know, this offensive line, this running game has been the story on offense for Eisenhower this year. And when they needed it most, they came up with a big play. Now, can Cambridge Springs answer? They have led for most of this game, now find themselves trailing 25-20 with 2:39 to go. Here comes the kickoff for the Knights. And again, that squib picked up at the 35. Out to about the 40 goes Nate Yonkin, where he's brought down. So the situation is this. Cambridge Springs needs 60 yards here in 2 minutes and 34 seconds to find the end zone. Eisenhower leads by 5, 25-20, 2:34 to go.
And remember, Cambridge Springs used that timeout that I think is a chance that it could come to bite them.
Yeah, and I have to imagine. I mean, you can run the ball, but not. You got to be careful.
Appleby's certainly capable of throwing the ball, but when you know it's coming, it gets a lot harder.
Appleby, empty set. Appleby looking. There's a screen pass that's caught by Kanasi. Only about a yard there. Beaver on the tackle for the Knights. And the clock continues to run at 2:23 and counting.
Tackled by Mike Beaver of the Knights.
And Cambridge Springs not really in a hurry here. Appleby goes to the sideline to get the play, as there's going to probably be under 2 minutes here by the time they snap the ball. Appleby sends trips to the near side, one receiver to the far side. We are under 2 minutes to play. Kanasi goes in motion. Appleby rolls far side, has a man out there. That's Bryce Kanya, and he's going to have a first down and get out of bounds at the Eisenhower 49 with 1:49 to play. So 1:49 to go, fourth quarter. Cambridge Springs 1st and 10 from the Eisenhower 49-yard line. Buckle up. And now Cambridge Springs can huddle here without time running off the clock.
Well, and you don't want to leave any time on you. You want to score, obviously, but you don't want to leave any time on the clock for the Knights either.
Appleby, empty set. Kanasi comes in motion. And
there's flags.
Yep. So hold everything here. No, we're going to get a timeout. Eisenhower.
Interesting.
So again, we want to take this timeout to thank the Pepper Mill in Warren. As you can see, their steak sub up there on the menu. Had one myself yesterday. It was delicious. So stop by and see them at 1505 Pennsylvania Avenue East in Warren, or give them a call for takeout at 814-723-4240. So the situation is this. Cambridge Springs has a 1st and 10 at the Eisenhower 49-yard line, a minute 49 to go. Cambridge Springs is out of timeouts. Eisenhower has 1 remaining.
Yeah, and Appleby, that last pass play that he had, that was a dart, and it was right where the receiver needed it to be, and the defender couldn't get to it. And I witnessed it in week 2 when that kid gets on point. He can really throw some lasers. So if you're Eisenhower, you're hoping right now that he doesn't start to get into a rhythm.
So here we go. 1:49 to go. 1st and 10 for the Blue Devils from the Eisenhower 49. Appleby, empty set, 3 receivers to the near side. But he's going to look over to Bryce Kanya, and he's going to get out of bounds, and we'll see where they mark him. And they're going to mark him at the 41, so a gain of 8 and out of bounds. And so far, just what the doctor ordered here for the Blue Devils on this drive. 2nd and 2 from the Eisenhower 41, 1:43 to go in the 4th quarter. Appleby, empty set, 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. That's Bryce Kanya, and he's looking that way again. Got him on the pump fake, and that pass is going to be intercepted.
And that ends it.
I think that was
Garrett Jensen.
That was Garrett Jensen on the interception. And I'll tell you what, Appleby had the pump fake there, and I think he thought that I don't know if he saw Jensen kind of lurking back there because the corner was beat on the pump fake, but Jensen intercepts the pass, and barring anything crazy here, that's going to do it. And Eisenhower will move on to the District 10 championship game against Reynolds next week.
Jensen did exactly what he was supposed to do. He just waiting in the grass. And as soon as that ball was there, he appeared and he took that pass right out of the air and won this game for the Knights. Like you said, barring something. Of course, we've seen a little bit of crazy tonight, so you never know.
All right, 1:38 to go, ball to 25. Cambridge Springs out of timeouts. And this is going to be a give to Bauer. And Bauer across the 35, out to about the 30, out to about the 39. Gain of 14 on the play. So again, Eisenhower should be able to run out the clock here. 1:31 to go in the 4th quarter. And this would set up a meeting with Reynolds in the District 10 championship game next week.
That run there put Benji Bauer over 200 yards. He's at 23 carries, 209 yards. 9 yards per carry tonight.
And so Cambridge Springs, they say Cambridge Springs takes a timeout, but they didn't have any timeout showing on the scoreboard. I think scoreboard must have been wrong. So, I mean, that's the only thing I can think of there, Cody.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, the timeout's now showing 0 on both sides.
So now we know there's none.
No more
timeouts, no more stopping the clock.
Again, Cody, this has just been a wild game. Cambridge Springs came out and established they were here to play right away, taking the opening drive down for a touchdown. And they've led most of the way, but Eisenhower going ahead late on the Benji Bauer 58-yard touchdown run.
I mean, in the first half, the Knights had 20 carries, 103 yards. Second half, they have 23 carries, 235 yards.
So there you go.
Completely different team in the second half.
And Pascuzzi lines up. This looks to be victory formation here from the 39-yard line. Pascuzzi takes a knee, and he'll probably have to, well, he will have to do it at least one more time here. I think that'll be it. And so, Cody, it's funny. I was at a scrimmage in Corey a week before the regular season started. It was a tri-scrimmage. It was Corey, and you know who the other two teams were?
Cambridge Springs and Eisenhower.
Eisenhower and Reynolds.
Oh, Eisenhower and Reynolds.
And so now they will meet for the District 10 Class 1A championship next week. Again, Pascuzzi going to have to snap the ball one more time. And the thought process was that talking to both head coaches, there was a thought that this game could be lurking potentially down the road if both teams played to their expectations. They have, and now we're one snap away from it happening. Pascuzzi takes a knee, and that will do it in a thriller. It is Eisenhower 25, Cambridge Springs 20. What a ball game here tonight. The Blue Devils led most of the way. Eisenhower comes back late. The Bauer touchdown run and the Jensen interception to seal it as Cambridge Springs was driving inside of Eisenhower territory. We're going to take a break and be back with our post-game show brought to you, excuse me, I can't hardly talk right now, by the Allegheny Grill of Foxburg. Your final, Eisenhower 25, Cambridge Springs 20. We'll be back here on the YDL Sports Network.
Icy Ink Screen Printing and Embroidery, located at 2043 Pennsylvania Avenue East in Warren. We offer screen printing and embroidery on apparel, as well as graphic design, web design, photography, and custom frames, and specialize in youth fundraisers. We also offer photography services and custom frames. Check out our Icebox stores online at icyink.com or give us a call at 814-688-0034. Let's meet, drink coffee, and design some cool shirts. Be cool, wear icy.
Looking for a place to hone your skills in the off-season? How about just a friendly pickup game, or even a new league to join? Then head to the Hub at PF in Russell. An all-weather athletic facility, the Hub has everything you need to get your game on, from basketball and volleyball courts to indoor batting cages. And more than just an athletic facility, the Hub also plays host to special events like concerts and worship services. The Hub is a proud supporter of local athletes and wants to thank the community for all its support over the last 2 years.
All right, so welcome back here to War Memorial Field in Warren. Again, your final, Eisenhower 25, Cambridge Springs 20. Eisenhower will move on to face Reynolds for the District 10 championship next week. And we're going to jump right into our post-game show here, brought to you by the Allegheny Grill of Foxburg. And stats brought to you by the Brooks UR Ledbetter Sportsperson of the Year Award. Cody, have at it.
The Eisenhower Knights had 44 carries for 338 yards, averaged 7.5 yards per carry. We'll go into the individual stats. Of course, Benji Bauer, 23 carries, 209 yards, 9 yards per carry. He had a couple of touchdowns, those last 2 touchdowns to put the Eisenhower Knights in the lead and win the game. Tucker Lindell behind him. He had 6 carries for 37 yards, and Sean Pascuzzi was actually the second leading rusher for the Knights. He had 12 carries for 98 yards. Lindell had 2 touchdowns on the ground as well. Bauer, Lindell, and Sean Pascuzzi all averaging over 7 yards per carry, which is clearly huge for the Knights. And like I mentioned earlier, second half, 235 yards on the ground compared to 103 in the first half. Not much going on in the air for the Knights. Sean Pascuzzi was 4 of 9 for 17 yards, and he had 1 pick. On the Cambridge Springs side of things, rushing, they had 31 carries for 115 yards, and it was individual rushing stats. Van Jones, he had 12 carries for 54 yards, and Morgan Appleby had 7 carries for 15 yards, and Brett Kenya had 9 carries for 38 yards. On the passing side of things for Cambridge Springs, Appleby was 8 of 12, 111 yards, 1 interception, 2 touchdown passes. Those both went to Preston Gorton, who had 3 receptions for 76 yards and those 2 touchdowns.
All right, so there you have it. The stats brought to you by the Brooks UR Ledbetter Sportsperson of the Year. Now it's time for the scoreboard brought to you by Swift Kennedy and Company, Swift Kennedy and Company Insurance with integrity. Again, 2 other games going on right now. Central Clarion has defeated Brookville 35-0 for the District 9 Class 2A title. And in the fourth quarter, Class 2A in District 10, Mercyhurst Prep and Sharpsville are tied at 14. 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter of that one. Again, earlier today, in District 9, it was Port Allegheny over Keystone 18-6 in Class 1A. Brockway over Red Bank Valley 7-3. Farrell beating Seneca in District 10 Class 2A 48-6. And also in District 10, 8 sub-regional is Meadville 40-12 over University Prep. Now it's time for a scoring summary brought to you by Warren General Hospital. Exceptional care, exceptionally close.
So in the first quarter with 7 minutes and 4 seconds left, it was Appleby who had a 1-yard run, and Bryce Kenya had the point after. That put the Blue Devils up 7-0. Tucker Lindell at the 10:02 mark in the second quarter had a 1-yard run himself, and Cole Kellogg kicked the extra point. That tied the game up 7-7. It would be at the 118 mark in the second quarter that Preston Gordon would catch his first touchdown pass from Appleby for 17 yards. Bryce Kenya had the kick, and they went into the half up 14-7. In the third, Tucker Lindell had a 12-yard touchdown run. The conversion failed. They went for that 2-point conversion, actually succeeded, but a penalty caused them to go back 15 yards, and then they failed the second attempt. So the Knights were down 14-13. And then it was Preston Gordon again from Appleby for 54 yards. That kick was blocked, and it put the score at 20-13. Then it was Benji Bauer took over, had a 10-yard run in the fourth quarter, 5:50 left to go. Conversion failed. It was a Bauer run up the middle. That conversion failed, 20-19. And then it was Bauer again at the 2:59 mark for a 55-yard run. That conversion again, it was Bauer. Failed, but the Knights were up 25-20. They held that score, won the game, and they're moving on.
All right, so that is your scoring summary. And, Cody, that just leaves us with one thing left, and that is our Allegheny Grill of Foxburg player of the game. And I think we might be in agreement on this one.
I think he had over 200 yards rushing tonight. I think he stepped it up. His first half stats were 11 carries, 66 yards. Second half stats, 12 carries, 143 yards. That's the type of guy you want in your backfield. That's the type of guy you want to run your offense through, and that guy is Benji Bauer.
Yeah, and so Benji Bauer, our Allegheny Grill of Foxburg player of the game. And I guess, Cody, just final thoughts on this one. It was a whale of a ball game.
I think that the week off probably didn't help Eisenhower. And it took them a little bit to find their groove again. Once they did, they appeared to be pretty unstoppable. So this close game might be a good thing for Eisenhower as they go to face a very tough opponent in Reynolds. But I'm very impressed with the way Cambridge Springs came in. They led most of this game. And I don't know if a lot of people thought they were going to lead most of this game. They knew they could keep it close, but the way they came out in the first half was very impressive. So neither team should feel disappointed.
All right, and I would just echo those thoughts. Just this is what playoff high school football is all about. Just two teams getting after it. It was a terrific ball game. Eisenhower goes ahead late after Cambridge Springs leads. Kudos to Cambridge Springs. They came in here as the 4 seed after winning last week. They did not back down from this unbeaten Eisenhower team. Gave them everything they wanted and then some. So congrats to Nate Liberty and the Blue Devils on a terrific season. And for Eisenhower, I mean, there's a reason they're undefeated going into the district championship game. When they've won some games in blowout fashion this year, but when they've been tested, and they were tested in a big way tonight, they responded. And so we'll see where that game is at next week. Be sure to check out D910 Sports and Your Daily Local for all of the post-game coverage from today's playoff action. And that's just going to about wrap it up here from War Memorial Field in Warren. So for Cody Elms, I am Andy Close. Your final, Eisenhower 25, Cambridge Springs 20. Thank you so much to everyone who tuned in, and have a great rest of your weekend, everybody.